I hate to say it, it's only going to be going one way, and that is Novak Djokovic will win Wimbledon this year. I can't see him losing. Simply too good. So dominant here at Wimbledon, and I reckon he's going to get to number 24 and 5 Wimbledons in a row.
The only person that can stop Novak Djokovic in this tournament is Novak Djokovic.
Andy Murray. Oh,
yeah, sorry. All right, Sir Andy will come on. Other than that, it'll be Djokovic against his own body. Can he keep his body fit for the whole 2 weeks? If he can, probably name on the trophy. She has the easiest draw out of everyone. And I feel that Iga will win Wimbledon. She had a practice tournament this time. She didn't have one last year. She probably learned from her mistake.
I'm going to be going for Donna Vekic, the one with the 17th easiest draw according to AI. And I'm going to be having Donna Vekic winning Wimbledon 2023.
I would love to see Novak Djokovic take home his 24th Grand Slam title this year at Wimbledon. And I would like to see Sabalenka win as well.
Sebastian Korda claiming his first Grand Slam title. On the women's side, I'm going past the Vinko.
Kicking off on the men's side, Novak Djokovic will have as many Grand Slams as there are hours in the day. And on the women's side, I'm going with Ons Jabeur. She's going to be your women's champion. Let's go!
Another big win for Novak Djokovic in the men's singles. And for the women's, I think Ons Jabeur is going to make us very happy, and she's going to take the women's Wimbledon title.
Djokovic's dreams of a calendar slam are going to be shattered again. And it's the little Spaniard that's going to do it. Carlitos Alcaraz will win Wimbledon.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this pre-recorded preview of the Wimbledon Ladies Final. My name is Roeland and I will be your host for this preview. As I just mentioned, it has been pre-recorded, so I cannot react to your comments or questions, but if you have them, feel free to post them in there, and I'm sure one of the other hosts will get back to them at some point during the day. So I'm very excited about this ladies singles final, and I hope you are as well. We have Marketa Vondrousova lining up against Ons Jabeur, and it's going to be a great match, I'm pretty sure. I've presented a small preview for you with a few slides going into the differences between the players and also maybe a little bit of what we can expect. I try to stay away from too much of the opinions that are found around on the internet and try to bring it more to a bit more of the stats and also what we can learn from the past. So without further ado, let's dive into it. These are the two players that we have lining up today. On your left hand, you have Marketa Vondrousova, 24 years old from Sokolov in the Czech Republic. She's currently ranked 42, although her live rank is a lot higher, it's 16th. She has a very good seasonal form. I was actually a bit surprised by this because I didn't have her as one of the favorites for this Wimbledon, and I thought I would base that a little bit off her seasonal form, but actually 28-10 is not too bad, and her gross form is 8-1. That's mostly down to that she only played one tournament before Wimbledon, in which she got knocked out, I think, in the third round. So that doesn't say too much, other than that she has been having a great tournament here. Her best Wimbledon pre this year is her second round, actually, which is quite baffling to me because Vondrousova always named a big talent, playing on the highest level already from when she was like 16, 17. So that she only came to the second round, that's probably down to the too many injuries that she has in the past. She won one tournament title in her career, and her player type, I found it quite hard to describe these, but I would say that she's a powerful baseliner, but she also likes a drop shot. So she has the diversity in her gameplay. She likes to draw people to the net, very good at passing, but in definition, I think she also herself says that her game type is more suited to the hard court. Then we have Ons Jabeur, the Minister of Happiness from Ksar El Helal in Tunisia. She's 28 years old, and she's always a little bit older than I think, because maybe she bursted onto the scene a bit later, just like a very gradual growth. She's ranked 6th. I think her life ranking, she's probably one higher, maybe even, or two higher. Her season form also very good, 22-9. I think very good, but still maybe not as good as you would expect from her, because she's such a diverse player. She should be able to compete on any court. Her grass form 7-2. She played 2 tournaments before Wimbledon, and those didn't go so well. And her best Wimbledon, of course, last year was the final. She has 4 tournament titles, and a player type, I think, very diverse. I think she's really good at hitting her serve on the spot, so defining where the serve needs to go and then hitting that exact location. I think, other than that, watching her matches, it's a very exciting player. Also really good at the baseline, but we'll dive more into that later. But these are the headlines. Then if we look at the route to the final, we see that, let's start with JABEUR. We see that she beat Frech in the first round. Always a difficult matchup, player that likes to loop balls up a lot, and not always the easiest match. Then Zhu Xuan, 6-1, 6-1, that was an easy match. And then Andreescu, I think, was a really good match. JABEUR lost the first set and then came back very strong. Andreescu, of course, a player not to be underestimated. And then in the fourth round is the result that surprised me the most, is that she completely destroyed Kvitova, who was named as a favorite for even winning the title by a lot of people before the tournament. And then Rybakina in the quarterfinals lost the first set tiebreak 6-4, 6-1, and especially the 6-1 against Rybakina, I think, is impressive. Breaking her that many times in that match, it's not something that's a given for a lot of players, and taking her revenge for the earlier loss last year. And then Sabalenka in the semi-final 6-7, 6-4, 6-3. So kind of similar scoreline, and that's also something that we will get back to later in this preview. But I think really, really impressive route to the final. Andreescu, Kvitova, Rybakina, and Sabalenka beating 4 former Grand Slam winners, and also with Rybakina, Sabalenka, and Kvitova, I think 3 of the 4 top favorites for this tournament. That's a huge route to the final, and what we can see here is that JABEUR is kind of prone to lose the first set. We'll get back to that later, but she has now the mental to turn it around and to beat these top baseline players. That's really good. Vondrousova beat Kanepi in the first round. Actually, tight match. Was pretty close, not much between them, and I think she had to get started a little bit. Then she beat Kudermetova, who was also named as a dark horse because of her good grass form, was good in Rosmalen, and always performs well on the grass. And I think that's a very speaking result. And maybe the next round even better, to beat Dana Vekic, who was named by people as a winner for the tournament. Actually, I think JG also mentioned that he thought Vekic would win it. And 6-1, 7-5, a really good result. Actually wasn't close. Then against Bauskova, I think the first set she just wasn't on. Second set, third set, much more so. The match against Pegula was actually really good, really high level. Pegula, not like a famous grass player, but still someone who cannot be underestimated. And then in semi-final against Svitolina, who had a great run to the semi-final, I think Vondrousova was just very clean. I think it was not super close. I think she edged out Svitolina in too many aspects of the game. And what I noted for her, where we see JABEUR beating the favorites, I think you can say that Vondrousova is beating the outsiders. Like Svitolina, Pegula, Vekic, Kudermetova are more like outsiders, dark horses, than Rybakina, Sabalenka, Kvitova. So these are the routes to the final. And then if we look at the head-to-head, let's start at the previous matches. Maybe that's interesting, is that they played each other 5 times, although break is really long ago. I think Vondrousova has to be like 15 then, or something, and she won because JABEUR gave up, so let's not count that one. But we have Indian Wells and Australian Open this year, which are interesting maybe. Vondrousova won both of them, 7-6, 6-4, 6-1, 5-7, 6-1. I think, of course, grass is a different surface. JABEUR won their only grass matchup in Eastbourne 2021, but I still think that Vondrousova has proven to have JABEUR's number sometimes in these matches. So we'll have to see if JABEUR is ready to turn it around. JABEUR has been serving really well, and the placement is exceptional. Like She looks up to her opponents, sees where they are standing, and delivers a serve to the body or outside wide. And I think she's been playing really well. And Vondrousova has been returning exceptionally as well. So I think she has one of the best return stats. And meanwhile, JABEUR is also a very good returner. And she has beaten many baseline big hitters already, players with a big serve. So I don't think either of these players should be afraid of the other. And the reason that I say this is that JABEUR has a good serve, Vondrousova returning really well. Vondrousova really good at hitting from the baseline, passing people. JABEUR really good at beating this kind of profile. So I think it will be an exciting matchup, and I'm somewhat afraid that the first player who figures out their opponent's game might be very dominant in the way that we saw Alcaraz beat Medvedev, that Medvedev was not able to solve Alcaraz's game, and Alcaraz was very easily able to solve Medvedev's game. But I think the return of serve will be key. Both of these players have proven in this tournament to be very good at it, returning at the feet of the opponent. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how they can continue in this match. Then some statistics. Hopefully you can read this in the live show, but I think Opta Analyst has some really good stats for the live show for us to talk about. So what you're looking here is some kind of the model of the two players. And then you see that Ons Jabeur has a lot of winners and also more aces. So she's playing a more aggressive game type. And her unforced errors are also a little bit higher. But we have to say that the unforced errors of Vondrousova, they are really very low. So that's actually, yeah, I think quite impressive from her. Then we have the net approaches, that you can see that JABEUR comes to the net often and also wins these points quite often. Her first serve points won are also really high. So I think looking at these statistics, you can also see that they have had really good Grand Slam matches in 2023. Low double faults, low unforced errors, and they are doing pretty well in the different departments, especially in the first serve, second serve points won. Then some other statistics I found interesting to look at is that the breakpoint conversion. Well, you might say that the breakpoint conversion for Vondrousova is very low, 43%. JABEUR has 54%, but Vondrousova actually leading the scoreboard in creating breakpoint chances. And if you look at the players that she faced, that's actually quite impressive. She faced a lot of good players, but she's able to generate so many breakpoints per match. 11 is a really high number. You can see how far she stands out from the rest as well. So I think that's an interesting statistic, and will be I'm very much looking forward to seeing if she can bring the same thing against Ons Jabeur. I think she should be able to. Then the general takeaways before I leave you to the next preview is that JABEUR has been prone to lose a first set. This has been talked about so many times, so not going into it too much. I think our Minister of Happiness has shown that her mental seems to be in a better state. She also admitted it in the last interview after her match against Sabalenka. And I think even though she lost the first set 3 times again in this tournament, she played players of such a high level that it's maybe not down to just not being there or not having the mental there, but also the quality of the opponent plays a big role in that, of course. Ons Jabeur is 7-2 against after dropping a first set since 2018 on Wimbledon. So that's pretty insane. Maybe she likes to drop a first set to get herself into the game. Vondrousova has far less grass pedigree, even though this season her grass score is better. I think if you look at Ons Jabeur grass experience is very high. So that's something that might play a role here, that Ons Jabeur knows the surface so well. And Vondrousova is creating so many break opportunities, but needs to work on the conversion. That's also something we took from the previous slide. If she can produce that amount of break opportunities against JABEUR, that would be pretty impressive, and also give her an excellent opportunity to win this match. But the conversion is going to be key, and JABEUR has been very, very clutch on the big points this tournament. So really looking forward to how that plays out. So that's what I prepared for you guys to have some kind of short look into this final between these top ladies. Want to thank you for tuning in. Follow us on Twitter and YouTube. There's also a banner below that instructs you to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. If you want to follow me on Twitter, my handle is right here. So it would also be appreciated. I tweet about tennis and also some other sports. Subscribe to our Patreon so you can join in the player roulette, which is always a really fun game to play before the Grand Slams and big events. And I'm really looking forward to how this final plays out. So hopefully we'll catch a lot of you guys also during the live stream. I will not be hosting it. Of course, we have our fixed host for that. I hope those two players will bring an exciting match, and I will definitely be watching. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and catch you soon on another live stream. Ciao.
Welcome to my 2023 Women's Wimbledon final preview. We've got world number 6, Ons Jabeur, taking on number 42, Marketa Vondrousova of the Czech Republic. Both players have made it to a Grand Slam final before. Actually, Ons Jabeur has done it twice. Vondrousova has made it to the 2019 French Open finals, losing to Ash Barty as a 19-year-old. But I'm going to jump right into the actual preview. And by the way, folks, my name is Covey. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, then you can hit that notification bell and you can join us for all of our watch-alongs, our previews, all the fun stuff we do here on GTL. All right, going to get right into it. So what's at stake? Well, for Ons Jabeur, a third shot at history. The world number 6 aims to become the first Arab and African woman to win a Grand Slam singles title. She now has reached the final in 3 of the last 5 slams, including 2 at Wimbledon in the last 12 months, as well as last year's US Open. Being from Tunisia, she is holding the hopes of the African continent in her racket hand, aiming to prove the old adage, a third time is the charm. So let's see if she can do it. How about for Vondrousova? Well, the left-hander from the Czech Republic, it's been a pretty manic ride for her since she began her career. Former junior world number 1. Then she goes on to win her second ever WTA event in the year 2017, still a teenager. And then right away, boom, she had an elbow injury, which sidelined her for about 6 months. Then she had to recover from that. And then 2019 has an amazing year, makes it all the way to the French Open final, as I just mentioned, losing to Ash Barty. And then right after that, she hurt her left wrist. She had to recover from that. And then she had a second different left wrist surgery. So poor girl has been going through a whole bunch. However, let's see here. A couple separate wrist surgeries. The current world number 42, soon to be top 20 after this tournament, has been in a perpetual state of recovery from injuries from the time she has turned pro, but she is now pain-free and looks to add her name to the list of women's Wimbledon champions. There you go. Quite the ride. And by the way, the ride I'm going to show you as we're going to show you the route that each player took to get here. Of course, it's never easy when you make it to a Grand Slam final. Now, what Wimbledon means for each player? Well, for Ons Jabeur, she's notched 28 wins on grass since the start of 2021. That's the best record over a 3-year span since Maria Sharapova did the same back in 2004 to 2006. Also, Ons Jabeur feels right at home on the natural surfaces, having won 2 of her 4 titles on grass and the other 2 on the clay. As for Vondrousova, what does Wimbledon mean to her? Well, she's actually a former junior girls Wimbledon semifinalist, but came into June 2023 with a 2-10 career record on grass. She has flipped that record on its head, folks, winning 8 of her last 9 matches on grass, with her only loss coming in the Stuttgart quarterfinals to Maria Sakkari in her tune-up event. So each player has had some level of deep tournament success here at SW19, spanning from juniors until now. All right, what else I got here? I got fun fact. Both finalists are known for their crafty styles of play, their hand skills, and their famed drop shots. JABEUR is almost seen as a magician who wields a tennis racket, while Vondrousova has an elite level return game. In fact, when she was able to play an almost full season back in 2019, she led the WTA in 3 major return statistics, including the biggest one, which was the best break of serve percentage. So there you go, folks. So we're in for quite a matchup. I am expecting some very creative play. I'm expecting some kind of in-the-moment sorcery. They're going to be making quick decisions based on, with the drop shot abilities of both players. You got a lefty in Vondrousova versus a righty in Ons Jabeur. Both pretty short as well. Jabeur's about 5'6", Vondrousova's 5'7", 5'8". And in ages, they're similar. Vondrousova, 24. Jabeur is 28. So there you go. Career head-to-head at tour level, it's 2 wins and 2 losses each. So this is how it goes. Though Jabeur has won their only matchup on the grass at Eastbourne back in 2021, Vondrousova has won the last 2 meetings, both this year on hard courts, and she's taken 4 of the 5 sets they've played. So the word revenge comes to mind when we're talking about Ons Jabeur. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll get to that actually in just a second here. We're going to move on to some slides, and we'll get into, we'll set up this match a little bit more for you. So again, folks, remember to like this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, hit that notification bell, and thank you for joining us. And please do join us for the rest of Wimbledon. We got the women's final, we got the men's final, and I'm sure we're going to have some reactions and stuff like that as well. So stay tuned to the channel, to our page, and you'll always know when a video is coming up. Okay, so this is it, folks. This is it. From at WTA, it all comes down to this. Ons Jabeur versus Marketa Vondrousova, hashtag Wimbledon Strawberry. And there you go. The Tunisian with a big smile after she makes it to the final. And there's our other finalist. Unbelievable. Can't believe she made it. She even said in her post-match, I can't believe this is happening. So just moments of elation for the two of them. Very, very happy for both these players. Continuing forward, another one from the WTA. Could it? Is it? Will it be her year? Back-to-back Wimbledon finals for Ons Jabeur. And there you go. The strong, the fist there. The fist pump, the flexing bicep. And there is Ons Jabeur, folks. Moving on, this is from her actual account, Ons Jabeur. Say what? Want to see me in the finals? I say yes, Wimbledon. Fire emojis. Let's go. So there we go. You can tell she's excited, pumped up. She has an entire continent behind her. So this is going to be pretty crazy. Okay, this is from at Scott Barkley at Barclay Card 18. There's something very Andy Murray-like about the way Ons Jabeur keeps on keeping on getting to these major finals. This is the one for her. She's getting it this time. I can feel it. So we have a prediction from Scott saying Ons Jabeur is going to take the title. Well, folks, you're also going to get my prediction, but not just yet. In a couple minutes, probably. All right, so from at We Are Tennis, the phone wallpaper is still there. Trophy emoji at Ons Jabeur. If you don't know what this is, last year, Ons Jabeur put a photo of the Wimbledon women's trophy on her phone so that she constantly, subconsciously, sees it, feels it, thinks about it, and wants to win it. And it's still there. It's still there. I think after she lost last year, she actually put a photo of her niece on there for a little while, but I think in the lead up she put it back on. So there you go. Ons Jabeur doing all the things that you have to do to be successful. You got to visualize it, you got to believe it, you got to talk about it, you got to think it, and that's what she's doing. And let's see if it's going to work out for her. All right, I said the word revenge. Now this will clear things up if you don't know what I was talking about. This is from Vunch at Vunch V2K saying Ons Jabeur is on a revenge tour. Got a Wimbledon revenge over Kvitova, who beat her back in 2019. Got a Wimbledon revenge over Sabalenka. That was in the semifinals. Saba beat her in 2021, and got a Wimbledon revenge over Elena Rybakina, who beat her in the finals last year. Now the final step for her is a revenge win over Vondrousova. Speaking of, Ons Jabeur on facing Marketa Vondrousova in the Wimbledon final. Do you know who you're playing in the final? They asked her in the on-court interview. Ons, oh yeah, I was watching. Marketa is a great player. I already lost to her 2 times this year. Going for my revenge. I guess it's working. So there you go. She's rolling with the revenge story. She's obviously the minister of happiness. So, it's obviously not a malicious thing, which kind of adds to the whole flavor of the whole story anyways. So there you go. There's some stuff on Ons Jabeur, and one more from Ons Jabeur, clowning around with, the world's best player on the men's side, who goes by the name of Novak Djokovic, who's also found his way into the men's final. I'll do a preview on that in another day for you guys. However, Ons Jabeur, at Joker Nole, can you please stop copying me with the laughing emojis and laughing to tears emojis? And there you go. They're both touching the ground, paying homage and respect to the place where they will be fighting for the championship trophies. Ons Jabeur, of course, on Saturday, Nole on a Sunday. So moving on here. Oopsie daisy. What did I do? I did something by accident. There we go. Undid it. Perfect. Okay, here we go. This is from at Jose Morgado. We're moving on to some Vondrousova slides. Marketa Vondrousova beats Elena Svitolina 6-3, 6-3 to reach the Wimbledon final. Now has a big final in all surfaces. 2019 Roland Garros final, again losing to Ash Barty. 2021 Olympics, she got the silver medal. She lost in the gold medal match to Belinda Bencic, and we will find out the fate of her big final on grass as she takes to the Wimbledon grass here in just a few moments. Now, first ever unseeded player to reach the women's singles final at SW19. Fist pump. And she is tattooed up, this woman. Looking fly, though, in my opinion. She's got the nice visor. Got her sponsors on there. She got a couple of dye on her right forearm there, so maybe a gambler. But here you go. She is ready. She has experience on all surfaces to get to a major final. So very, very impressive resume for the still relatively young 24-year-old Czech. This is from Jay at the Overrule, saying, a bit bored of some media acting like Vondrousova is a random nobody who has scammed her way to the final. Yeah, come on, man. Put some respect on her name. A few things about Mackie. First title in second WTA event ever at the age of 17. French Open final at 19. Olympic silver medal at 22 in 2021. Often injured, as I mentioned. She had the left elbow right after her first title, and then 2 left wrist surgeries, which she has now recovered from and is pain-free. And of course, Wimbledon final at 24 years of age. And look at this. I really love this tattoo. It says, no rain, no flowers. I remember sometimes people would be kind of in a negative mood, or say Vancouver, where I live, rains about, over 180 to 200 days a year. And so people always say, oh, it's raining, I can't handle it. And my response was always this quote. It was, no rain, no flowers. So there you go. Love it, love it, love it. That shows her mental attitude is very positive. And it also shows, for someone who's been through so many injuries, it kind of shows that she understands that you need the rain in order for the flowers to go. You need a little bit of adversity in order to grow, in order to evolve. So good on her for all that, the attitude, the overcoming of so many tough injuries. I was actually reading Iga Swiatek was saying she had an ankle injury when she was like 17. And of course, she didn't know she was going to be a pro tennis player at the time. And she actually was worried that she was never going to play again, So these players, even though, now we kind of laugh thinking, oh, Iga Swiatek, of course she's going to be a player. But she didn't know that at the time. And so think about Vondrousova. She might have also had these thoughts of, oh, my God, am I ever going to play again? And obviously she believed in herself. She worked her way back. I even read that after her wrist surgeries, she couldn't even hit a tennis ball with a racket.
for the longest time, she actually had to use children's foam balls until she got her strength to back up. So imagine being so proficient at something that you're a pro, you've been to a Roland Garros final, and you can't even use your wrist with an actual weight of a tennis ball. And now she's made her way back. So again, I'm showering praise on her, and it's well deserved. So continuing on from at Wimbledon, showing Marketa Vondrousova, number 42. Serena Williams, number 181. Covey, what the heck are you talking about? Well, Vondrousova is the second lowest ranked player to reach the ladies singles final at Wimbledon since the WTA rankings were introduced. Serena Williams was ranked 181, but they gave her I think they gave her a seed back then. But Vondrousova is the second lowest ranked player ever to make the finals, and she's unseeded, of course, at number 42. So quite the accomplishment. And this is from Christopher Clary. I just like this one. It says, photo of the day, Marketa Vondrousova, surprise Wimbledon finalist. But again, put respect on her name. Photo, Sebastian Bozon. And look at that. I love it. I just love it when, in the moment, people are feeling it. And it almost looks like she's about to eat that tennis ball. That's how hungry she is for this Wimbledon title match coming up. Speaking of title match, how did they get there? Well, let's start with Marketa. Continuing on with her. First round, she faced American Peyton Stearns. Pretty routine. Second round. So now Marketa Vondrousova has faced knocked out 4 seeds on the way to this final. She took out number 12, Veronika Kudermetova. She took out number 20, Donna Vekic, also in straight sets. For both of them. And then a little bit of adversity as she lost the first set against Marie Boskova, who is a 32 seed. However, she comes back and takes the last 2 sets, taking that one in 2 hours and 9 minutes. And then, of course, quarterfinal versus Jess Pegula. Pegula with a unfortunate meltdown at the end. I believe she was up 4-1 in the final set. Marketa Vondrousova with a crazy comeback. Also takes out Alina Svitolina, the supermom, who makes it to the Roland Garros quarterfinals just a month ago and then semifinals here. But it was Marketa Vondrousova who would prevail 6-3, 6-3 in straight sets. And that sets up, there you go, Marketa versus Ons in the women's final. And how did Ons get there? Well, folks, she not only had to face 4 seeds, more than 4 seeds, actually. Or was it? Let's see. Was it more? Well, we'll get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 seeds she had to face. However, those 4 seeds were all major title winners, all Grand Slam winners. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. So, first round, she took out Magdalena Freck. Straight set 6-3, 6-3, and then an even easier round 2, 6-1, 6-1 in just 45 minutes against Zhu Juan Bai. And then we had, this is where it starts getting crazy. She took out former U.S. Open champion, Canadian Bianca Andreescu in a tough 3-setter, and then wipes the floor with 2-time Wimbledon champion Petra Kvitova, taking 12 of 15 games, gets a bagel in the first set and 6-3 in the deciding second set there. Of course, it's not. It's the second set. It was the deciding set in this match, but a second set is not always the deciding set, as is evidenced with the quarterfinal because it went 3 Ons Jabeur in a rematch of last year's final where she had a 1-set-to-love lead and then dropped the last 2 in heartbreaking fashion. Well, the exact opposite happened this time. Elena Rybakina this time takes the first set in a tiebreak and a gutsy 2 final sets for Ons Jabeur to erase some demons from the past. Speaking of demons, she also was down here in the third set against Arina Sabalenka. She was down a set and a break in the second set and then comes through with a very gutsy second set performance as well as third set under heaps and heaps of pressure. And she takes out, again, reigning Australian Open champion Arina Sabalenka in 2 hours and 20 minutes. So look at this murderer's row. Sabalenka, Rybakina, Kvitova, and Andreescu. Again, all major title holders. Of course, she will face Marketa Vondrousova in the final. All right, folks, now it has come to the time where I'm wrapping this baby up And there's only one more thing that I need to do, and that is, of course, tell you who I think is going to win. Well, folks, I think the third time will be the charm. Unfortunately for Marketa Vondrousova, who is into her second Grand Slam final, I don't think this will be the one for her. I think Ons Jabeur has destiny on her side. She's got the entire hearts and souls of the African nations, the Arab fans of hers who are looking to have a Grand Slam title for the first time from that region, from that religion, from that portion of the world. So I think Ons Jabeur is going to take it in a tight 3-setter, and I think she's might have a tiebreak in one of the first 2 sets. And then I think she's going to maybe take it 6-3 in the final. So I'm going with Ons Jabeur to win her first ever Grand Slam title for Wimbledon 2023. That's how I see it. How do you see it? Let us know in the comments. And hey, folks, thank you guys so much for joining me. Once again, my name is Covey for the Game to Love Tennis podcast. I hope you enjoyed this finals preview. I will have one as well for the men's finals, so stay tuned. If you like this one, you're going to like that one as well. And hey, enjoy the match. Watch it along with the Game to Love Tennis podcast. You'll have Ben and JG on there. Who knows? I might make a surprise appearance. Never know. That's what happens on GTL. So like this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, hit that notification bell, and thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the finals and have a good one, folks. Covey out.
I hate to say it, it's only going to be going one way, and that is Novak Djokovic will win Wimbledon this year. I can't see him losing. Simply too good. So dominant here at Wimbledon, and I reckon he's going to get to number 24 and 5 Wimbledons in a row.
The only person that can stop Novak Djokovic in this tournament is Novak Djokovic.
Andy Murray. Oh,
yeah, sorry. All right, Sir Andy will come on. Other than that, it'll be Djokovic against his own body. Can he keep his body fit for the whole 2 weeks? If he can, probably name on the trophy. She has the easiest draw out of everyone. And I feel that Iga will win Wimbledon. She had a practice tournament this time. She didn't have one last year. She probably learned from her mistake.
I'm going to be going for Donna Vekic, the one with the 17th easiest draw according to AI. And I'm going to be having Donna Vekic winning Wimbledon 2023.
I would love to see Novak Djokovic take home his 24th Grand Slam title this year at Wimbledon. And I would like to see Sabalenka win as well.
Sebastian Korda claiming his first Grand Slam title. On the women's side, I'm going past the Finco.
Kicking off on the men's side, Novak Djokovic will have as many Grand Slams as there are hours in the day. And on the women's side, I'm going with Ons Jabeur. She's going to be your women's champion. Let's go!
Another big win for Novak Djokovic in the men's singles. And for the women's, I think Ons Jabeur is going to make us very happy, and she's going to take the women's Wimbledon title.
Djokovic's dreams of a calendar slam are going to be shattered again. And it's the little Spaniard that's going to do it. Carlitos Alcaraz will win Wimbledon.
Hey, welcome back, tennis fans. The semi-finals for the women's is over, and we've got 2 fantastic finalists in store for you. And it's not the Belarusian versus the Ukrainian that we were sort of fearing on the last podcast. It's the other 2. It is Vondrousova and Jabeur that make it to the final. JG, 2 great matches earlier on today, and I think 2 worthy winners as well.
Well, I can't say I saw it coming. My predictions were 100% wrong on the last episode, because I thought we was going to get the political final of Sabalenka versus Svitolina. Instead, we've got Vondrousova versus Jabeur, and every single step of the way, I think I've had Jabeur going out, and she proves me wrong every single time. Vondrousova is the real surprise package on the women's. Nobody really had her in her bracket getting to the final. And, Ons Jabeur, some people did believe in her, especially some of our commentary team. A lot of them had Ons Jabeur winning, so credit to you guys. She's not won yet, but still very good pick if you can get someone who's got all the way to the final. She will be going into the final as well. You've got to remember, probably as the marginal favourite, considering she was here last year. But I know we're going to get into the semi-final matches, what made this final, but just a few words about both of them. Firstly, Jabeur, I think the way she is playing is probably the best she's ever played in her career. I would say she's playing better this year than she did last year at Wimbledon. Yeah. I see a fearlessness in her, a hunger. She's been able to inflict revenge on Rybakina, which I think is very vital, considering that side of the draw is the side of death, really. You had Rybakina and Sabalenka, a lot of other tough players as well. And I didn't believe that we would have Ons Jabeur as the one who gets out of that really tricky half. So she's done extremely well with a tough draw, and I think she's playing with a smile on her face and better than last year. Vondrousova has also had not an easy draw. She's beaten some really tough players to get there. She didn't have to play... who is it? She didn't have to play Iga because Svitolina beat her, so she avoided Iga, one of the big three. But still, there's been tough opponents, and for me, she is hitting the ball maybe harder than Ons Jabeur, and she might have that. But it's hard to say. I don't know. Ons is not doing too bad, but I feel like she might have that power differential.
It's a very, very interesting matchup. That's all I'd say about this final. The way that it sort of played out today, we started off with Vondrousova against Svitolina. The crowd were clearly on one side. They were cheering on. It's not that they dislike Vondrousova, but the story of Svitolina, that everyone was getting behind her, coming back after giving birth. I thought that Vondrousova played exceptionally well. She's such a tricky player to play against. She hit, like you said, she hits hard, and the top spin she gets on her forehand, and she's a crafty lefty as well. You've got to remember this. I feel like Svitolina struggled with the fact she was a lefty. She was trying to hit into the backhand, what's normally the backhand. It's her forehand, and Vondrousova was just targeting Svitolina's backhand the whole first set, and it paid off. It was just a tactic that I thought maybe it was a bit predictable, but it seemed that she went there maybe 5 times, 6 times. On the 6th time, Svitolina sort of just lost the energy, and then it went into the net. Or it was a clever tactic. I wouldn't say it was the most exciting tactic, but it was effective. And ultimately, Svitolina, she was the one who had to start making changes to try and come back into the match, because she lost the first set. I was thinking about half an hour. It was done, dusted. And then the second set, she was down 4-love, and it looked like she was going to get bageled. And then suddenly, the fire within Svitolina, it erupted. Errors from Vondrousova. A lot of double faults today. That would be the one negative, I'd say, about her game. But some clutch tennis when she was seeing Svitolina coming back. And she has great recoverability with chops and slices. She gets out to the angles and chops it really low back over the net. And Svitolina couldn't handle those sometimes.
Yeah, I saw that squash shot, which was really important. I don't know if it was to break or to hold serve. It was at a critical moment. She had on the run, this squash shot.
Amazing.
All I was thinking about is she plays a bit like Ben. Because that is your shot on the run, the squash shot. But what really strikes me about Vondrousova is her emotion, or lack of emotion. She seems like a bit of a silent assassin, stone cold. You don't really know what she's thinking when she's playing tennis. She's not that emotional on the court. She hits a bad shot, she remains the same as if she hits a good shot. And I do feel like, I know I keep saying going back to the power thing, does she have more power than Ons Jabeur? Maybe not, but it's just the way she plays. Because there's not much emotion, it makes it look effortless. And when it looks effortless, and you see just the ball sort of ping off and find winners, it makes it look like she's just got loads of power.
I know what you mean.
I can't explain it. It's like It's a bit of an illusion. She is.
The
Wimbledon illusion.
The way that she plays as well, she's solid off both wings. I feel like it's the backhand which is the straighter, more deadly shot. The forehand on this surface, it's very deceptive because it's almost like a Rafa style forehand. The way she whips up the back of the ball, but the technique, the way it loops, it looks like it's going out every time, and it just drops in on the baseline. The top spin just carries it down.
Well, she did get to the final Roland Garros, so maybe she is a bit of a Rafa.
Well, she's definitely, and that was 4 years ago as well.
2019.
So, yeah, exactly right. So, and I think that was when she was 19 as well. So I think that she's only 23 now, if I'm right in thinking. But it's incredible. No, she'd be is that actually right? Is she 23? Let me just double check it out. I don't want to give any false information. Oh, she's 24. Apologies. She's literally just turned 24. So yeah, I think that obviously she had this injury and stuff like that. We'll get into that in a second, but I want to go through some of the stats and things that we did have for her. Let's go through some of those now. And this one, we're obviously speaking about that Roland Garros final she got to in 2019. Then there's like a 2-year gap. Then she got to the Olympics final as well. And now she's in the Wimbledon final. So all surfaces, she's been in a big final now.
I can't really understand her. She's a strange player and she's emotionless. She's just very good as well and young, like you say. I don't have anything critical to say about Vondrousova.
Afterwards, she had emotion, though. I don't think it's just during the match.
It's just during the match, for sure. And she definitely is quite chatty as well to other players. So it's more just in the moment, which I can understand. Very focused. But yeah, it's a difficult one to really assess because what's her surface? I'm not sure. I've always said on the podcast she's a clay courter, but probably I'm basing that off the Roland Garros. Now, if someone asks me, I'll say, oh, she's probably a grass courter. So I don't know. Maybe she's just a bit of good at everything. She's clearly not that consistent, though. Let's not beat around the bush. She's not that consistent because otherwise it wouldn't be every 2 years she gets to a big final. But granted, they're not just any final. These are Grand Slam finals and an Olympic final. It's a big deal. And also, she's the first ever unseeded player to reach the women's singles final at Wimbledon, which is, of course, massive. The one thing on that, though, I feel Serena Williams did get there. I think that's not completely correct. I think the other stat is she's the first since Serena Williams in 2018, because at the time she was unseeded.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it's like it's in the Open era. It's her, but Serena Williams one, I feel like that is a fake.
Doesn't really count.
It's a fake one, isn't it?
She kind of is the only unseeded player.
Yeah, definitely.
Serena's, I don't care. She's Serena.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, for the fact that she came into this tournament, I was having a look at I tried to find a website with the odds, and it said that she was 80-1 to win this. Yeah, to win the tournament.
It's a big unknown, and I didn't expect it, and she's a bit hot and cold. Is she going to follow this up now with big results across the board? She's definitely capable of doing it, but from what we've seen, she does this, and then she goes off the boil for a little bit, then she'll be back. But I have no doubts that we're going to see her in another big final. And I reckon she'll be in another Grand Slam final. In the next 2 years, she'll probably make another one because she's got that winning mentality. When things are going well, she can really ride the ripple of form more than most players. And she's having a really informed time. Don't write her off winning the whole thing.
Yeah, she's had some bad luck with injuries as well. I think that's the one reason we haven't seen her.
Maybe that's what it has been then.
Yeah, it's it's one of the most common, but one of the most devastating, which is the elbow injury, and she's had problems with her elbow. It sidelined her for 6 months, and as she goes in to talk about that in her post-match, on-court press conference, I guess you could call it, or post-match interview, she said, "I didn't play for 6 months last year. You never know if you can be at that level again. I'm just so grateful to be here and be healthy and to play tennis again. I was here last year watching my best friend play qualies with a cast on. I'm very grateful." Yeah, it's really, really, it puts things into perspective, doesn't it? When players of this level they don't even know if they play tennis again, like in those situations. Like, look at Dominic Thiem. I mean, he's never been the same again.
No.
Like, and it's worrying for a professional tennis player when something serious happens.
For sure.
And when will you ever find that level again? Because the tour moves on and everyone improves. So
no, it's a good point you make, and probably we've maybe been harsh on other episodes over the years with her, because probably she just had a bit of an unfortunate time of injuries, and that's why she's not been at her best level. But her best level is one of the very best in the world, and she's a great player. And I'm glad that she's clearly feeling a lot better from the injury, and we're getting to see some of the best of her again, like we did in 2019. That year in 2019, by the way, she was dubbed to be one of the next best things. Like you said, she was like 19 years old, got to a Grand Slam final, everyone was getting excited and hyping her up, a bit like sort of Raducanu and Lena Fernandez, and didn't quite amount to much after that, but still was doing okay on the tour. But I'm glad she's back again, because she definitely deserves to be there. Good player.
Yeah, and that was one thing, her playing Svitolina today, that back in 2019, that was an incredible year for both of them. I mean, Svitolina made 2 semi-finals of slams, and she made a final of the other slam. So for that year, those two playing, they probably had memories of 4 years ago being deep in a slam before, and who was going to finally get to the final. Unfortunately, it wasn't Svitolina. The story ended for her. But
yeah, I feel like we've got to talk about her briefly before we move on to the other one, to Ons Jabeur's match, because you can't be disheartened about any of it. It's just an incredible run from her. She surpassed what she thought she was going to be able to do. I know she was planning on going to watch Harry Styles. Wasn't able to do that. She had to extend her stay as well with the accommodation. She got into a few issues there. You can read about that on Twitter, I'm sure, if you're interested.
Brilliant.
But she was able to keep doing it, and she wasn't very good today. I'm not going to lie. I don't think she played great. She had a lot of fight to try and get back into that second set, and she broke back from 4-love down to get it to 4-3, back on serve. But I just don't feel like she had the staying power, and she wasn't at her best. I thought there's far too many errors for her to win the tennis match, and she can't beat herself up. She went out in a bit of a limp, really, but great tournament and got to the semi-final of Wimbledon, so fair play to her.
Yeah, I'm glad she showed a little bit of fight in that second set, just to give the crowd something to really get hold of, because otherwise
Vondrousova kind of allowed her in though by making mistakes to give her the opportunity, like you said, some of the double faults and stuff at crucial times.
Yeah, I mean there was far too many. I mean, to give away so many and still
given
win.
A chance. Yeah,
for sure.
I know Svitolina is with Monfils and her baby Sky.
Yeah,
that's interested, and she was really pleased about that.
Here's that stat, just I know that you were speaking about before. This is the one with the Serena Williams in, saying that Vondrousova, the second lowest ranked player to reach the women's singles final at Wimbledon since the rankings were introduced.
Yeah, I knew that was right. I think Morgado just made it up.
Jose, what are you up to?
I'm just glad I know it.
There you go. Look at that, JG on top of the stats.
No, because I remember 2018 when she was 181 in the world getting to the final.
There you go. Look at these ones as well, and you can see there's a few other names on the list. We've got Venus Williams, number 31 in 2017, Sabine Lisicki as number 24 in 2013, and we had obviously Jelena Rybakina, number 23, and that was last year.
Yep.
So there you go. That's all we've got there. This one, talking about lefties. Marketa Vondrousova is the fourth left-handed player to reach the women's singles final in Wimbledon and Roland Garros in the Open era, after Anne Jones, Martina Navratilova, and Monica Seles. Southpaw. I like all this word afterwards that they try and. There has to be a little exclamation word at the end of all of these tweets.
Yeah, let me have a look at my tennis knowledge. I don't have a clue who Anne Jones is. Is that really bad of me not to know who she is? Do you know who she is?
I'm not very familiar with Anne Jones, I'm not going to lie.
British?
That's why I thought she sounds very British, Anne Jones. Well.
Oh, okay. I think it was a long, long time ago.
Oh, look at those pics. I mean, should we get a picture
Yeah,
up of Anne Jones?
Anne Jones won Wimbledon in 1969.
I think we've got to put a picture of Anne Jones up just so that if people are watching, then
Is it black and white?
Of course, it'll be black and white. Oh, there's a picture of her playing. Let's get a picture of her up when she was actually lifting the trophy, because that would be a nicer one.
Is Francesca Jones related?
Oh, maybe. All right, let me just bring this one up.
Tom Jones related?
Yeah, probably. Here we go.
There she is. Wimbledon champion.
Anne Jones. There she is, holding the trophy aloft. How old was she there?
Not sure.
Anyway.
Let's move away.
Irrelevant before I
She was a left-handed player. Interesting.
That's right. So, right, let's move along. And this one, she had her doubles partner. I think she pulled out of the doubles, if I'm right. Is that correct in this tournament?
I'm
and
sure.
she was very obviously going so deep in the singles. You'd expect this type of thing. Her doubles partner, Miriam. I'm going to try the surname. Sorry if I get it wrong. Kolodjikova. I'm going to go with. And she was happy that Marketa won too. And look at this. Great to see a great friend in the stands, feeling the same emotions that probably Marketa was feeling on the court as well. So
yeah, probably crying because she didn't get any prize money. Oh, great! You done well in the singles. Where's my money?
Maybe she said,
now.
Well, maybe she said, if you let me pull out the doubles, I'll give you a little wedge.
Hopefully, she gives her a share for pulling out.
Why not? I mean, surely there's got to be some compensation.
If
there.
she did pull out, or is it fake news from you again? I'm gonna get all the comments in tomorrow saying she never pulled out, they lost.
Well, let's have a look quickly because I can confirm it. Vondrousova doubles withdraw. Let's have a look. Up in Wimbledon.
Yeah,
as well.
walkover. She did withdraw against Martin Sanders.
There
round
you
of
go.
60.
See, I knew I read it on Twitter somewhere, but you never know if you're going down a feed if it's from like 2 years ago. Sometimes they sneak them in there, the old ones.
Yeah,
anyway,
so that's probably why she's crying.
Move on. Right, we had Ons Jabeur.
It's her, it's her. We're talking. You need to start this section to it's her, it's her, it's her. We're talking about Ons Jabeur.
Well, we can actually play it if you really want to. We can actually have the Ons Jabeur button. We've got it here. It was played a lot today. We can have it for the audio listeners. If you're listening to the podcast and you don't catch our watch-alongs, we have the Ons Jabeur button where her song plays if she wins a set or maybe just a break of serve or something. Vondrousova has one too, but it's not quite the same as the Ons Jabeur button. Here it is.
It's her, it's her, it's her. We're talking about Ons Jabeur, Jabeur, Jabeur. We'll be talking about Ons Jabeur. We're talking about Ons Jabeur.
There we go. Never had a breather before in a podcast, but I appreciate it.
Interlude there. And what a match it was. We had Sabalenka. She was competitive as ever, but there's always that frailty there with Sabalenka. And that's what I said to you in that last podcast when we were doing the predictions. I had the belief that despite Sabalenka being ahead, I thought that there was always a chance she could capitulate in that semi-final and Ons Jabeur would come back and win. And that's exactly what happened. I'm so happy I stuck to my guns and went Jabeur in 3. And Saber, I'm sorry that I threw her under the bus and said it's going to be another Pliskova. It was another Pliskova performance. And I feel like Jabeur earned this. I feel like Jabeur earned this more than Pliskova earned her one. But it still had its double faults. It still had its moments of madness from Sabalenka today because she really should have won the match. If she had played her best tennis, she would have won it. But Ons Jabeur stuck in there, returned fantastically well today.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
That's one of the big takeaways. Not many people can return Sabalenka's serves. And she returned.
I think she won the second set on a really good return down the line. Was it a backhand?
Yes, it was
And that was a
brilliant.
special moment. But I think you're being slightly harsh on Sabalenka. It didn't feel like a massive bottle like maybe previous matches. I can understand what you mean because she was up a set, 4-2 up.
Yeah.
And with her serve, really, if she gets a break, you should be able to just close it out from that position. So she definitely got a little bit tense. I don't doubt that at all. But I think bottle was harsh. I mean, they went to juice when she got broken to go 4-all with JABEUR to get it back into the business end. She ended a break point at the last one. It was just very nip and tuck, and I think you just got to credit Ons Jabeur in the fact that she played very well in big moments today. She rose to the occasion. Any big point, she was there to save a break point or to break. And I was really impressed. Like I keep putting her out every round. She keeps coming through and winning and proving me wrong. A bit like Raducanu at the US Open, when every round I was like, oh yeah, she'll go out now. I feel like this has happened for me this year with Ons Jabeur. Every round I've had her going out, and she keeps winning. So
incredible.
And I think the way she's winning is purely she's playing the best tennis I've ever seen her play. Better than last year's run, in my opinion. And I also think she's playing the big points extremely well. And tennis comes down to fine margins and playing big points, and that's what she's doing. Sabalenka was a mini bottle, but I don't really want to be as harsh. I think Roland Garros was a bigger bottle than this one.
I don't even think it was like a bottle. I feel like there was, like you say, there are small moments where maybe the JABEUR, like it says on the screen here, maybe the old me would have lost the match today. And she has leveled up. She's said in a post-match press conference, she's been working.
Impressed, man.
She's been working so hard off the court. And she said, no one gets to see how much hard work I'm putting in. And she said, sometimes I don't even want to do it. I hate it, but I know I've got to do it because this is the result. And she said, I just know. She said last year she came in injured, didn't even expect to even get that far, and she got to the final. This year she's not injured, and she's back to the final again. She looks better than ever, and she's the favourite again. She was the favourite last year in the final. She's a bigger favourite in this final. That is a lot of pressure to be putting on Ons Jabeur, but this Ons Jabeur, I feel, may be able to handle it slightly better. So let's move on to the next tweet. And this is about her talking about facing Marketa Vondrousova in the Wimbledon final. Said, do you know who you're playing in the final? She said, oh yeah, I was watching. Marketa is a great player. I already lost 2 times to her this year. I'm going for my revenge. I guess is working. Yeah, she's after revenge a lot, isn't she, in this Wimbledon? What's going on?
She got it against Rybakina. Who's to say she can't get it against Vondrousova as well? I was just having a little look while you said that about the head-to-head. And the 2 times they've played this year, Vondrousova won both of them.
Yeah.
One at the Australian Open,
Second
Grand Slam, and the next one at Indian Wells. So Jabeur's beaten her on grass at Eastbourne in 2021. 2022, Stuttgart, Jabeur beat her on the clay. And then the one before, I wouldn't even count it. I mean, I don't know how old they were. It was in Prague in 2015. So, gosh, I mean, Vondrousova was probably, 16 years old?
Maybe. And this is on the screen, the Ons Jabeur Revenge Tour. So we've got Wimbledon Revenge over Kvitova, who beat her in 2019. We've got the Revenge over Sabalenka, who beat her in 2021. We've got Revenge over Rybakina, who beat her in 2022. And now the final step is for her, is the revenge win over Vondrousova.
Who's beaten her twice in 2023. It even lines up perfectly.
This is it.
The Revenge Tour.
The Revenge Tour is here. Ons Jabeur Revenge Tour. I like it. It's got a little bit, it's a different narrative to the Svitolina story.
Yeah, that's true.
But I quite like it. I quite like that there is a narrative here anyway. So let's go on to the next one. And this one, obviously talking about the big opportunity with the draw and took it well. Last year, that was it. She took the good draw well. This year, she had the draw of death, facing 4 Grand Slam champions and 3 title favourites, Andreescu, Kvitova, Rybakina, Sabalenka. What an incredible run.
I've had her going out every time. So I think I had her beating Andreescu. Aside from that, I thought she was going to lose to Kvitova, then Rybakina, and then Sabalenka. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm terrible. Don't know anything about tennis. But I'm pleased for us. She's proved me wrong every step of the way, and it is an incredible run.
It really is an incredible run. Right, the next one, Ons Jabeur, always bringing the humour. We saw her coping mechanisms, which he's talking about Sabalenka. She was really loud, hitting the ball really hard, but we didn't figure out let me read this again. So he said, Ons Jabeur was always bringing the humour. We saw her coping mechanisms. She was really loud, hitting the ball really hard, but we didn't figure out your coping mechanisms. Ons said, she was screaming for both of us, I guess.
She's very good friends with Sabalenka as well. They've got a great relationship off the court. And
I like it. It's really good. But you should have seen earlier on when they were coming out. This is the one thing that I noted as the coverage started. And this is, I like these little things that aren't actually on the tennis court, which you pick up the personalities or how they're feeling in a moment. And they were stood out the back waiting to go onto court, where they say like, oh, we've got like 2 more minutes, 2 more. And there's the guy who sort of works there. I'm not sure what he's like, maybe master of ceremony or something like that. He's just waiting there just to tell them. Sabalenka is in the background, just staring, walking, pacing, just saying nothing. And Ons Jabeur chatting to the guy, going, who won this trophy? What's that over there? What's this history? What's that? What's that mean? And they're all like, well, hey, like putting her arm around him, poking her tongue out. I was like, she's so relaxed. I love this. And then you look in the background, Saba's got like a death stare. I'm like, what's going on? It's completely 2 ways of getting ready for the match. But then they came on and Saba started really well. So I was like, oh, well, maybe Ons Jabeur should have been a little bit more like that. But just goes to show, being relaxed.
It's different styles, though. Everyone approaches big matches differently. What I want to ask you is, what one would you be more of? Are you more of an Ons Jabeur before? Obviously, you don't play big matches, but if you were to play big matches, how would you approach it? Ons Jabeur style or Sabalenka style?
Yeah, I'd be probably more Ons Jabeur style, I think.
It's funny because I would be more of a Sabalenka. Like I would have music in. I wouldn't talk to anyone. I would psych myself up to the point of probably cold sweats before I got on.
I would just want to not think about
probably
it.
Collapse. I'd probably get onto the first point and just faint with all the nerves.
A few double faults in there.
I'd just be so hyped.
That's it. But I like the way that Ons Jabeur is treating this.
It definitely works for her. It's her personality, and that's how she expresses herself, and that's how she copes with these matches and prepares.
It's a coping mechanism. So, it's definitely a coping mechanism as well, and that's what we're talking about, the coping mechanisms on court. I feel that that's Ons Jabeur's go-to is, I'm going to talk to you. If I'm nervous, I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to like have a little bit of a laugh here with whoever's around, because she's not gonna, I saw she even looked back to like Saba at one point to see if she was joining in the laugh, but unfortunately no, she was staring. Right,
the scary one as well.
Exactly right. Take us through this one.
Ons Jabeur is the 3rd woman in the last 20 years to reach back-to-back Wimbledon finals. Serena and Venus Williams are the only other names on the list. Ons is in good company.
I mean, say no more. I mean, you see those 2 ladies on the right of the screen. It's incredible what she's done. And we said it, I think, in the last podcast, how difficult it is to get to back-to-back Wimbledon finals.
Definitely.
It's nearly impossible. So
it's definitely a real goal of hers, though, because since achieving last year's final, I don't know if you know what Ons Jabeur's screensaver on her phone is. It is a picture of the trophy.
Yes,
and that, I believe, was broadcast on Breakpoint on Netflix. That's how everyone knows about that. It's not that we're just looking at her phone.
Yeah, I saw
and hacked it.
That's it. I saw a tweet, and it was just her laying on like a, what do you call it, like a masseuse, like
the bed. Massage beds.
Massage bed, and she just had the phone up showing the Wimbledon trophy on the back. So
I don't
It's
think it can be a prouder moment for her. It's very genuine. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's her screensaver. That's what every day she wakes up to look at. She generally she's manifesting her winning this trophy, which is her dream. It's like my screensaver on my phone is the YouTube plaque of 100k. So every morning I look at that and think, oh, I'm gonna get there. What's yours?
My one is a scoreline where I beat you at tennis, and I keep looking at it, but it's not happened yet. It's on there.
So where did you make that on Photoshop?
Yeah, it's just one of those little gold medals they put around you. It's a little key ring. But I've just got one of them. So that's what I'm building. Yeah, that's it. I'm building up to it. Don't worry, it's coming soon. I'm telling you. I'm starting with table tennis, and then might be able to do something on the table tennis table. And then if I can push that up to the bigger courts,
you will beat me one day. I'm sure of it.
So I need to play more regularly. Otherwise,
I'll beat me in sets.
Yeah, but it's not that's
in the rain.
Loser's mentality. It's a great I'm a great loser. I'm turning into a pagula. Right.
Next up,
we're talking about back-to-back Wimbledon finals and women who reach back-to-back Wimbledon finals from 1968 to 2023. Look at these names on this list. Navratilova, 9 back-to-back Wimbledon finals. We've got Eva there with 5, Venus with 4, Graf with 3, King with 3, Serena with 3, Court with 2, Goolagong 2, JABEUR 2, Sanchez Vicario 2.
If she wins Saturday, she's going to go down as a Wimbledon legend, if not already.
Yeah.
The thing is, you don't remember the ones who just keep getting to the final and losing, and she's got back-to-back now, but she needs to win. You start getting a reputation of, I'm going to get to these Wimbledon finals and keep losing them.
Yeah.
Can she be considered in the same group with the names you said? For me, no. No one remembers the losers. It's a great achievement. So difficult to get to a final of a slam. You need to win one, though. You can't keep getting to finals and losing them, and that's why it's so important she does win. If she is able to, she goes down as one of them legends of Wimbledon, no doubt about it, and she'll have her photo when she's walking down the tunnel.
And if she doesn't, she'll be Casper Ruud.
No, come on. If she doesn't, for me, she's not a Wimbledon legend.
I still feel like she's got
someone
so
who plays
many
very
more
well
years. She's got so many more years to potentially win it as well. Yeah. That's the thing. I feel like she's always a threat.
Let's be honest. Next year's Wimbledon, you'd be silly not to have her going far again, because she clearly likes it here and plays her best tennis.
Definitely.
So who's to say she can't get to another final next year?
I definitely will be considering it in my bracket.
You'll put it and she'll go out first round.
Well, I put it this year, and look where she is.
Exactly, you did well. What was your final? Iga Ons?
Yeah, Iga Ons. I think that Iga...
Beckett did great.
Yeah, she
went out to Vondrousova. I mean, it's not the worst. Imagine if she beat Vondrousova, she probably would have been in that final.
I'm still wishing that one of us had Vondrousova as a surprise package as well. That would have been the best one ever. But Svitolina wasn't bad. Take it.
Yeah, I forget who mine won. I think it's Mukova.
I can read them if you... I think I've got them all here.
Let's save it for the next episode.
Got them all.
Have you got any more tweets to go through?
No, that's the last one. That's all of our tweets. We're all tweeted out. Let's get some predictions in for this final. Right. Let's get the main image back up again, because it is a nice one. There they are.
1 second. Friends. What did you say? Predictions?
Ooh.
That's right. It is prediction time. We should use that more often, really. It makes sense.
Might add some like actual words so that the audio listeners would understand what's going on. That's a predictions button from our live watch-alongs, just in case you're only listening to the pods.
And also, if for the audio listeners, shout out to you guys. We don't give you a shout out enough. If you are watching on YouTube, please go listen to us on Spotify as well. Even if you predominantly use YouTube, give us a follow on there. Give us some 5 stars, or Apple Podcasts as well, because it really does help us out. So if you want to help the channel and you don't want to put any money towards it, you can do it for free by just going to Spotify and liking all of our stuff on there. Just give us a
Definitely.
follow.
Share it as well. Come on. We want to be seen by everyone. There's some new features as well on Spotify where they actually have a comment section on all of our podcasts there now, and polls that we're running on Spotify. So go check that out.
Predictions. I'll let you go first, seeing as you're the best at them now.
That's it. Wow. King of predictions, you know what I mean? I have a lot of pressure now. I feel a bit like Ons Jabeur in the final. I've become favourite to win. For me, this is going to be... I'm not going to go too crazy on my prediction. I thought that Ons was going to get to the final and she was going to face Iga, and that was why she was going to lose, because Iga sort of has her number. Now she's playing Vondrousova. I feel that she can do it. I feel that this is the time that Ons Jabeur, we're going to finally see her win a slam. And I don't think it's going to be as easy as what everybody probably thinks. She's 1.44 on the betting odds, which is quite good. But I still think she's going to drop a set. And I think it will probably be the opening set as well. And I think she'll come back again, and then it'll be the reverse of last year. She won the first set against Rybakina last year in the final, and she lost in 3. I think it goes the opposite way this time. She loses the first set, but then she wins in 3.
I was also going to go for something similar, but just to be different, I'm going to have Ons Jabeur winning in straight sets. I think they're going to be 2 tight ones, maybe a 7-5, 7-5, or a tie-break and a 5. I think we're going to see 2 tight, close sets, which Ons Jabeur just about sneaks.
Nice. We've got to mention that shot that she did today as well. I mean, in the tie break, in the first set, it was, for me, one of the shots of the tournament. It's up there with the Rublev one. Rublev one was crazy because he said, I didn't even know where it was going to go. Well, Ons Jabeur knew where this shot was going to go. And that was one of the reasons that I grew to love her. Remember, I can't remember how many years ago she played Simona Halep, I think it was, in...
Not this match again.
In Dubai, was it? And she hit that same shot on the run, down the line. And today it was better than that one. I thought it was incredible. She didn't even win the tiebreak, but still, that one shot alone, I was just blown away.
Well, don't give it shot of the tournament yet, because we also have some great matches tomorrow. We've got men's semi-final action, and I have a little sneak feeling that potentially we could see shot of the tournament done tomorrow, because it's Sinner Djokovic and Alcaraz Medvedev. Doesn't get any better. The 4 best players this year on tour battling it out at Wimbledon. We're going to see some fantastic shots. I'm no doubt about it. You make sure to join us. You cannot miss it. We're going to be covering them all, and I'm hoping we get some surprises. That's all I'm saying. I'm hoping we get some surprises. I'm not going to say any more than that.
I wonder what you could mean.
Just want to see some surprises, you know?
Just a few surprises. Right, well, let us know your predictions for the women's final in the comment section below. I can't wait to actually watch this one. I'm nervous and excited because I think, we're big Ons Jabeur fans on the channel, and it's going to be hard not to be rooting for her in that final.
Exactly that. The match, if you are watching this before the big match, is going to be on very soon, so don't go anywhere. Make sure, hit that like button right now. Subscribe if you're new. We've just hit 55k subscribers.
54.
Is that what I said?
No, you said 55.
Okay,
another...
No, maybe we have hit 55k at this stage because we've got the semi-final. So I'm assuming in the future that we're going to hit something. Whatever you do, just hit the subscribe button. Maybe we're on 100k by now. Who knows?
Yeah, well, that would be nice. Anyway, maybe you've manifested it with your picture from your phone.
Exactly that. Let's up. Yalla Ons, and we'll see you very soon.
Yalla.
Novak Djokovic will win Wimbledon this year. I can't see him losing. Simply too good.
The only person that can stop Novak Djokovic in this tournament is Novak Djokovic.
Ace! Goodbye! She's in back-to-back Wimbledon finals. She does it. She comes back from a set and a breakdown against Sabalenka.
But I'm going to have Ons Jabeur winning in straight sets. I think they're going to be 2 tight ones.
I would love to see Novak Djokovic take home his 24th Grand Slam title this year at Wimbledon.
Kicking off on the men's side, Novak Djokovic will have as many Grand Slams as there are hours in the day. And on the women's side, I'm going with Ons Jabeur. She's going to be your women's champion. Let's go!
I think Ons Jabeur is going to make us very happy, and she's going to take the women's Wimbledon title.
Djokovic's dreams of a calendar slam are going to be shattered again. And it's the little Spaniard that's gonna do it. Carlitos Alcaraz will win Wimbledon.
Oh, it's Wimbledon final time, people. Let's do this. Welcome back, tennis fans. It's the Wimbledon women's final, and we have Ons Jabeur. She is up against Marketa Vondrousova. They're just kicking off now. It is Ons Jabeur serving. It's 15-all already. The crowd seem nervous. Who is going to take this title? Give me your predictions in the live chat now.
How are we doing? Just in time?
Hey, that's it. Right, so we've got to replay the point straight away here. We've got 15-all. Well, we've just seen the preview. I know who you're expecting to win or who you're wanting to win. I feel that there's a lot of wanting rather than expecting in this final. Jabeur, big fans of her.
Well, I've got Jabeur winning in straights, but I don't really believe in it. I think Vondrousova has shown this tournament with the players and caliber of players she's beaten that she can beat anyone.
Yeah.
Jabeur's no different today. I mean, she could beat her, and look at her early on. Really good forehand to the backhand of Jabeur. It's wayward, too much power. We have 15-30. Shout out to everyone who's joined us today. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. This is the first Wimbledon final tomorrow. You could argue maybe it's a bigger one in Alcaraz Djokovic, but maybe you prefer this one.
Well, looking to become the first African Grand Slam champion on the women's side. It would be huge for Ons Jabeur. Vondrousova. We've had Czech champions before. I'm sure we'll have plenty of them in the future as well.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of Czech players coming through.
Especially on the women's side. Just long from Jabeur. I feel like this is going to be a very nervy first set from both of these women. They both played slam finals before. Neither have won a slam before, though. Not sure what's happened there. Is that like a warning for Jabeur? No, it's a challenge. And it was in. There you go.
Good challenge, yeah.
Brilliant.
Did she get another first serve, or was it the point?
I think she's going to argue the fact that it was in and she'd already hit the ball. So Ons wanted to have the point. She's having to replay
probably should have
another.
got the point. Yeah,
Two replayed points in the first game.
Gosh.
Thought that was an ace. No, just misses down the tee. Second serve for Ons. Oh, into the net from Marketa. And it is 40-30. Ons looking to get on the board. Will she be able to hold her nerve? We know the nerves sometimes strike her worse than most. Seen her being sick on courts and stuff like that.
That wasn't really nerves, though. That was more just
fatigue.
Exerting herself.
Yeah. I think there's a bit of both, though.
Yeah. They probably go hand in hand.
Yeah. And Ons on the board.
Good hold for her. Just to recap me from last year's final against Rybakina. She took the first set, right? And then lost the remaining two. So I don't think it's going to mean much this first set. If she wins it, she may have the same thoughts as last year, thinking, oh, don't think I've won this now. Last year I did this and I ended up losing. So she needs to stay focused. And if she can take this first set, she needs to break early in the second.
Maybe she's been doing so well doing comebacks in this tournament. Maybe she's just going to aim to lose the first set and come back and win in three.
That's another point. Maybe it's not the worst thing in the world if she is to lose this set.
This is the problem. Like losing the first set
in a women's match as well, where it's best of three in a final.
You never know. Anything could happen. Vondrousova serving well to start here. That forehand the crafty lefty. And that one's looped up in the middle of the court. On's hitting well there. Gets the point.
She's the big favourite with the bookies. I don't actually agree with it. I would say it should be even, really. If anything, On's but marginal favourite. I don't see it as a bigger favourite as what the bookies have it.
I say if they met each other without playing who they played on the way here, then it would be more close. But the fact that she beat Rybakina and Saber, that's why the odds are more stacks in favour of her.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
Makes sense as well.
Tentative smash there from Ons Jabeur. She didn't really go power. She just went a little curler into the corner there with a smash.
Yeah, the perfect start for Ons Jabeur right now. How many minutes have we had playing?
Not too many. I think it's
4?
only about 5.
5 minutes, and she's already trying to push on the break.
Little drop shot there. Vondrousova very good at the drop shots, but Jabeur with a great shot there. Forced the error.
I think that's a wise thing to do with Ons Jabeur. We know she's got a lot of slice, and she won't mind coming in to them sort of low bouncing balls to slice them back over. She's brilliant at it. Vondrousova needs to keep this into a baseline exchange, in my opinion.
Some interesting tattoos, Vondrousova.
Yeah. She's a bit scary with the tattoos. Intimidating.
Yeah, it is quite intimidating. Reminds me a little bit. I think there's one other woman on tour. I think it's Hercog, is it? I think she has like a whole sleeve.
Or I forget her name. Priscilla something.
Can't remember. Doesn't Saber have like quite a big one though as well?
Yeah, Saber does too.
Yeah.
Here we go. Big rally on break point for Ons Jabeur.
Oh, it's into the net.
And Ons Jabeur gets the first break of the final. The perfect start for Ons. She leads 2-love. And maybe we just get the song out straight away.
Do it.
She's famous on the channel because of the song. It's Ons Jabeur. It's her.
It's her. It's her. It's her. We're talking about Ons Jabeur. We'll be talking about Ons Jabeur. We're talking about Ons Jabeur.
And it is a very long song. And in the time, we've already seen 2 points there. One long from Ons Jabeur, sloppy. The other one, unforced error from Vondrousova. And Vondrousova needs to settle her nerves. You can see she's nervous. She's not got going at all. Ons Jabeur, not had to do much. She's not really finding too many winners. She's just playing within herself and waiting for the error. Compose. Yeah. You can tell she's been here last year.
And Vondrousova got all of her first serves in on that last service game, but still lost the service game.
They weren't that hard, though. I think they're just a bit passive and seems a little nervy. It's like a cagey first serve. She's not taking any risks yet. You've got to play confident tennis in a Grand Slam final. That's what got you to the dance. You can't start all of a sudden, I've got to the final, now I'm going to change my game and play a different style.
No.
And a lot of players would do that. I mean, I'm probably guilty of doing that. If you go deep into an event and you can beat a few players and you're playing like a local tournament, you get to the final, you just change everything all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because you think, oh, I'm here now. I was going to play a bit more careful. I don't want to lose any points. Can't do that.
How you lose the match.
Yeah. And then before you know it, 3-love down. And this is what's happening here. 40-15 Ons Jabeur. First serve, not a good one.
No.
Not massively fast either. A lot of these serves under 100 mile an hour. I guess we've been used to Rybakina and Saber cracking it way above 100. That one only 78 mile an hour. I mean, they're not exactly fast, these serves.
That's the good Vondrousova forehand. She whips it and it sort of dips in, lands near the baseline most of the time. More of them she'll need.
We've got Lumna in. Massive Ons Jabeur fan. Yalla! Are you nervous, Lumna?
Yeah, must be.
I think Lumna's a big Tunisian
Jabeur fan. A little bit. My heart rate is out the roof. Don't know about anyone else.
Great forehand from Vondrousova. That's a little bit better. Taking a risk now, hitting through the ball. She's got this one to juice.
Yeah, I mean, the nerves will settle down. Now she's down a break. She knows that she can't play tentative tennis. Otherwise, this first set will just disappear. On grass, we've had very quick sets in this tournament. And even Vondrousova in her semi-final. She had a half an hour first set against Svitolina. It's a good backhand. Not the fastest hitting at the moment, but just tactical hitting.
That's pretty good, though. Pushed Ons around. Not the best movement from Ons Jabeur. And we have a break point from 40-15. We've got break point Vondrousova to get back into this final. Ons needs a first serve. She doesn't get it. It's wayward.
Not been serving well today. Only 4 out of 13 first serves in so far.
Yeah, it's been a poor service performance. That one's in, though. Into the rally. Just clips the top of the net cord. Lucky to still be in this rally. Goes the other side. That's a good shot from Ons. Oof. And I don't think... Oh, she's got it back. Comes drive volley. And just about catches the line. Takes the pace off the ball. Saves the break point. Wasn't much room for error.
I feel like the rallies right now, they're quite slow. They're not hitting the ball.
Yeah.
They're not hitting the ball.
Maybe we've just been... I think we've been spoiled watching too much Sabalenka.
I just feel that there's nerves and they don't want to overhit, so they're just hitting within themselves at the moment, not going for full power, just direction. But On's hitting better, I'd say.
Definitely hitting more accurately.
Yeah.
Good shot from her. Nice little 1-2. Inside out forehand to finish it off. Advantage Jabeur. Todd Hill saying that's better. I'm not sure you're talking about. Vondrousova probably.
One of our members, Ray, in.
Hey, Ray. Hey, Jean as well. So I really want Ons to win this.
Oh, she's gone long on the forehand there.
I'd like to see Ons win too.
I mean, it would be a long time coming.
I could do with getting a prediction over you as well. So hopefully straight sets. I don't think I've got any. I think I've got a single prediction right, really.
I think the one that you got right was Alcaraz to beat Luna in straight sets.
Yeah, well, I'm very good with the Alcaraz ones. You'll find that out tomorrow.
So good with them. We have Medvedev beaten.
Yeah, but I didn't know, man. Medvedev's class, as you know.
Yeah. Second serves in at Juice. Marketa using that lefty and Jabeur into the net. Quality not quite there in this final yet.
No, it hasn't. Hasn't been amazing.
And the umpire not getting her name right. Vondrousova being said. Come on, it's a final. You've got to get her name right.
Gary's not happy.
Yeah.
Where is Gary? I was expecting to see him in the live chat.
Probably early in the morning for him. Serving second serve. Good backhand there. Clips the net cord from Ons. Forehands into the net and Vondrousova breaks straight back.
Yeah, sloppy.
Vondrousova.
Vondrousova.
I know. Sadly, I didn't have a mic. Had to make it at work, so that was the only one I could add in.
When did you do that?
On my half day.
Ah.
Yeah, before getting home for the match. She needed a button for the semi.
Vondrousova.
Vondrousova. That's how you pronounce it, though. Maybe not in that accent, but more. Yeah, we got Capricorn saying Marketa is special. She is one of the players that could become a real mainstayer, I feel, in a top 10 for years to come. If she stays free of injury, definitely possible. The injuries is the only thing which has been preventing her from just staying at the top of the game. Good serve there from her. Still a little bit slow, 90 mile an hour first serves. Jabeur.
I don't know what the average is for these two players. Maybe I've just been spoiled watching some of the others, but
Maybe.
I've watched a lot of men's
Eubanks.
tennis, so it's
Let's
probably
give
in my
it to
head. But it just seems slow. Everything seems like it's going in slow motion a tad.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And that's long from Jabeur there. I feel that they've got time to make a decision on where to hit the ball every time it comes to them. Do you know what I mean?
It seems like it's like a vets, Wimbledon vets.
Yeah, it's surely just
tracked
got to be
100.
nerves. Yeah, if you're just joining anyways, make sure to hit the like button. We are up to 62. Let's get to 100 as soon as possible for this women's final. We have to hit 100. It is the law.
That's a good shot from Ons Jabeur, dragging her out wide, but then goes into it. It's another mistake.
Yeah,
and she gets really angry at herself, starts punching her leg there, very animated. And I think she needs to be animated now because this is getting a bit ridiculous. I'm sorry.
So
it's
many
a final
errors.
of a Grand Slam. Wake up, both of them. Start hitting some proper shots. It's not good enough so far. Jabeur getting frustrated, and rightly so, because she's 2 love up and she's 40-15. If she had a little bit of composure and a little bit of conviction in some of her shots, this should already be running away with this first set. She's throwing it away.
Yeah. I mean, if she keeps playing like it, I think it will give Marketa confidence to start hitting bigger as well.
Definitely. Marketa, I mean, she's not really doing anything at the moment.
She's
but
playing it back to her. Just hoping for the errors.
But that's fine, I guess, because she's getting them.
This is a bit of a better rally. It's a more of a tactical one. Slice being used by both.
Yeah, really good slice there. Deep from Vondrousova. Really good one from Ons Jabeur as well. Goes down the line. Clever shot, and the crowd enjoyed it. Jabeur getting a little bit more pump, playing some better stuff. The crowd are lifted because they've seen a better match now.
Maybe they need it.
Longest rally of the match, 20 hits.
I feel that when it's so stop, start, it's hard to even get a rhythm on your shot. So those long rallies will help both of them grow into the match. That's a good serve. Good return. Now cross court. And Marketa, good backhand. Jabeur targeting the backhand.
Yeah.
Oh, great one down the line from Vondrousova. This is better tennis now.
A lot better now, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really good.
Great shot on Jabeur. Come on. Break point. You can tell she's the aggressor. She's the one who is taking this match to Vondrousova. It's not been the most consistent so far.
Can you imagine beating Andreescu, Kvitova, Rybakina, Sabalenka, and then losing the title to Vondrousova?
Yeah.
Bitter pill to swallow, probably. Well, it's never fun going into a
mile
match.
an hour first serve. I mean,
it's not fast, is it? Second serve, what was that one? 84. Little tentative. Jabeur getting some good depth on some of her shots now. That's a lot better.
Doing a lot better.
Yeah.
That one, she could have gone closer to the line. She didn't take the risk. And we go back to the rally. It's a drop shot from Vondrousova. Drop shot on Jabeur. Missed it. And breakpoint saved. I feel like Vondrousova's trying to bore Jabeur to death.
That's what we were saying yesterday in the Medvedev Alcaraz one. And just like, maybe he's just like lulling him into a false sense of security the whole match. When Alcaraz suddenly was like, well, I'm just going to try like trick shots now. Because he was winning so comfortably. Tried to combine confidently and comfortably then.
Better first serve, but great return from Ons Jabeur. This is class.
Better.
Really good. And the squash shot from Vondrousova didn't work on this occasion. And we have a second break point.
Are we going to have another case of the person leading not being able to play their best tennis while in the lead?
Can you stop saying person? It really annoys me. It's player.
Why?
I've always said it to you. Stop saying person. It's player. Player just sounds a lot better than person. It's like a person off the street. It's always rattled me. You've always said it.
Maybe
and
that's
you never
why I
will
keep doing
stop.
it.
I'd rather you replace the word person with player because they're players. It's like talking about fighters and saying, "Oh yeah, I reckon that person will do better in the fight. That fighter will do better. That player." It's like talking about football players. yeah, Messi's a better person on the pitch.
He is.
It's ridiculous. Just stop. Say in person.
I like it.
No. Everyone's had enough of it in the Game to Love community. I get so many messages every day on the Discord.
Oh,
Can you tell Ben, please?
I suggest you just be the bigger person.
Oh!
Ignore those messages. You are. I've heard you're a bit of a player.
Oh, down the line. Vondrousova. What a player she is. Great play from her.
That was a great backhand. That's much better. Vondrousova having a look at that one out the corner of her eye. Wasn't able to get to it. Just going to have a look at it instead. Another breakpoint opportunity for Ons. Good serve. Yeah, better serving.
Yeah, definitely upped it a little bit.
109 miles an hour. How come she's upped it by 20 miles an hour, the serve now?
Well, exactly. Some of them were like 70-something as well. So.
So she definitely had it in her, but she just
we
refused.
know that. She's just playing within herself at the moment.
Juice. Better serving again. Both over 100 mile an hour. Ons, that's good hitting. Moving Vondrousova around the court. Now the chop comes in. Very good again. The chop's there, but not over the net. Advantage.
Fourth break point.
Got to take one of these.
We're getting a lot of heat, actually, because the what's it called? Declan Rice news broke today. So I'm having to deal with some of them very
news now?
Disturbing people. That it's all been announced officially.
So that was ages ago.
No, but the actual with him and with the kit and everything.
Oh God. Ruin your weekend. Through the picture. Rice, baby. Serves in. Good return from JABEUR, deep on the baseline. Drop shot. JABEUR brings in Vondrousova. Goes up the line. Goes drive volley. Well played from the Czech. She's laughing about that one.
Yeah, I can't believe we're going to have 20 minutes played and this one's going to be even in a minute. JABEUR's had so many chances to run away with this.
Sound a bit Australian then.
Crikey, mate.
I know you said, I can't believe.
I can't believe it from Ons JABEUR.
Serving at advantage. Down the middle a lot.
Ridiculous.
I feel like JABEUR's the one making the angles in the rallies at the moment. Now she's gone.
Vondrousova's frustrated her.
Yep.
There we go. Vondrousova holds. Just hit the button again.
It's alright. Vondrousowa. Vondrousowa.
Vondrousova. Here's the consolidation. Great to see more people joining us. If you haven't already, share it with your friends, share it with your nan, share it with your granddad. Subscribe if you're new, hit the like button. We're going to try and get to 1,000 people in the stream at one point. So if you've got a pet goldfish in the room and it's got YouTube, send it to them. We just want to get as many in as possible. And everyone hit that like button.
Just make about another 10 accounts and just watch from all of them at the same time. That would be my advice.
Look, it's going up. The goldfish has joined. What we wanted to see. Look at that. Ons JABEUR, good shot. The crowd enjoyed it. 30 love. Finally gets the drop shot right.
Both of these two love a drop shot. Have contrasting styles in other parts of their play. A lot of top spin from Vondrousova, more flat shots from JABEUR. And there's an ace from JABEUR as well. I think she has the better serve.
She's the better player, for sure. You can see it early doors, but we're on serve. Vondrousova's game plan, maybe that is the game plan. Playing within herself and playing, just trying to... Maybe she thinks, okay, Ons Jabeur's just beating all these players who have taken the match to her and hit massive, big shots. What about if we take all the pace off the ball and just make her make all the decisions?
Yeah.
That could be a genuine game plan.
Oh, definitely.
Because clearly Ons Jabeur has handled everyone else, hasn't she, very well?
That's a good play. Another drop shot for Vondrousova to have to get to. She runs to the net and pushes it just back behind Ons Jabeur, who was rushing to the net, assuming there was going to be another drop shot coming back her way.
Got Todd in saying one of our cats likes to watch Animal Planet and tennis. Not just tennis, but game to love, isn't it right, Todd?
Well, we've had dogs watching us as well before. Been a few. I think a few watched the Djokovic trial.
We had a cat, a cleaner's cat, watch us as well.
That's true. We had that as well. Nice winner down the line. Jabeur back on the board again. Stops the rot.
3-2. Ons Jabeur, the seeded player versus the unseeded. Jabeur been the better player. However, Vondrousova's game plan, hate to say it to you, Ben, but it's kind of working because it's frustrating Jabeur and she's on serve where she shouldn't really be on serve.
Yeah, you're probably right there. And steal score leaders. Obviously, we've got Jabeur and Vondrousova the top of the championship. Jabeur leading the way with 40%, Vondrousova with 37.5.
What does that mean then? Still score?
I think that just means like when you're is that not just like breaking and consolidating?
Make it up, Ben.
I'm just going to go with that. Where you maybe she's just been stealing stuff from around Wimbledon. She just goes around there every time she tries to nick something and they catch her. That's like obviously doesn't count, but they try and get their tennis bags out with as much Wimbledon merch as possible. 40% of the stuff she tried to steal, she's got away with, Jabeur.
I love how you talk about the stat. You don't really know what it is.
They don't even talk about what it is, do they?
Well, they probably do, but I'm not listening to the commentary. That's what our job is. We're supposed to provide the expert commentary.
I don't know about expert.
There we go. Vondrousova serving. She's putting more pace on her serve now.
Ooh, good backhand there from Jabeur. Yeah. Got her on the run.
Love 15.
Jabeur's racket, I feel. It's on Jabeur's
Definitely
racket.
is, yeah. Unless something drastically changes. Maybe she'll have to change her game plan in the second, but it's working. She's on serve, and she's not as good a player as Jabeur, clearly, on the grass.
Very tentative. Her last match, she was playing a lot. I don't know. I wouldn't say it was a lot better, but I feel that Svitolina had a bit of a dud match in that semi.
She didn't play great.
Yeah.
I think she ran out of steam.
A lot of errors. Volley from Vondrousova. I think that's long.
Close, but it was just long, like 30. Yeah, Svitolina, a racer's run. I feel like if Vondrousova had a different semi-finalist, she probably could have lost. Like,
yeah.
Hard to say that, though. Don't want to take anything away from her.
Ooh, good return there from Jabeur with a chop forehand, and it's 3 break points. Back and forth. They only win 2 games in a row, each of these at the moment.
Yeah. Ons Jabeur won't mind, though, because that means she'll win this one 6-4.
Exactly. That's a good return from her. Backhand, Marketa. And again.
Ons can afford to take a risk now, will she? Doesn't need to. Vondrousova goes long. It's a game to love. Great. Very good from Ons. It's her, it's her.
It's her, it's her, it's her. We're talking about Ons Jabeur, Jabeur. We're talking about Ons Jabeur. We're talking about Ons Jabeur.
Well, It's another long button, and we find ourselves love 30 on Jabeur's serve. It's not helped her much.
No.
Just errors again. Like you said, like, is she going to get broken back now straight away?
Well, it's not confident play at all on her own serve.
She's not a very good leader this match, that's for sure.
Exactly right. Great backhand winner from Vondrousova.
Now 3 break points for her.
A weird match, this one. It's not a straightforward tennis match.
Well, Leon saying Vondrousova would have beaten Medvedev, though. According to Ben, she would have. According to Ben, he would have beaten Medvedev yesterday.
Don't know about that. Oh, great winner down the line from Vondrousova. Breaks the love as well.
And we've had all the buttons a second ago. Let's get them all out again.
It's alright. Wondrousowa. Wondrousowa.
Vondrousova.
I mean, one player has to step up here, and they actually need to consolidate.
You tell them, Ben.
Well, it's just annoying.
Get angry with them. Go on.
Well, Ons Jabeur there. She was
Stand
4-2 up. 4-2 up. Right. She was 4-2 up, and she's the better player when she actually gets the ball in the court, but she just goes all tentative into the net. The serve isn't offensive enough when she's leading in this match.
Yeah,
and I was
really
gonna
bad person, isn't she?
I was going to say before this match, playing Vondrousova, she should be a bigger favourite than Rybakina. She has a massive serve. You almost expect to lose the service games against Rybakina. Against Vondrousova, she should be more offensive, more attacking, and holding her own serve, but she's not holding her own serve convincingly enough right now.
She should have approached this match like she approached the Kvitova one, and she just blew her away.
Yeah.
But then that wasn't in the Grand Slam final. It's all good and well saying do it then.
No,
I left great over the park. I'm not sure if I'd play very well in a stadium with what 50,000 people there.
It's Kvitova at the park where she played her.
You know what I mean?
I know what you
Something
mean.
at stake.
Oh dear. Right, love 15. Let's see if Vondrousova. No, double fault, isn't it? No, first serve is a let. Apologies.
No
I've got a feeling Ons Jabeur is going to step in and we're going to get love 30. No, we're not. That's a terrible forehand. I take it back.
She did step in, though. You're right on that, but it's a poor shot. The crowd, I don't think they're enjoying it, to be honest.
It's not a good atmosphere.
They're not enjoying it. They're probably thinking, oh, can't we just wait until tomorrow now? We've got the wrong ticket.
Oh, I mean, it's going to be buzzing tomorrow for that match.
I'm just hoping Alcaraz doesn't bottle it because the atmosphere is going to be definitely big. Last time he said he was so nervous, just walking out and everything, and that just caused the tension to get a lot worse for him to seize up. I just don't need that again.
It's unlucky.
On the forehand, missed it. Vondrousova looking to hold. And we've had the 2-2-2-2 so far, which means Jabeur to win the next two to win the set 6-4.
That's what's going to happen.
Put your money on it.
Might as well just put it on now.
Yeah, both players less than 50% service points won.
I mean, Vondrousova's got 70% of first serves in, but she's got 37% win on her first serve. It's terrible.
Yeah, because the first serve, it looks like it looks like one of my seconds.
I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure how she's managing to hold serve at the moment, like with that serve. Like Jabeur is just in up. It's like peaks and troughs right now of form in this match. There you go. Business ends. 4-0.
There you go. That's what we was expecting. Consolidated break back. There we go. Business end time in a Grand Slam final. Despite everything we've said, this is an opportunity now for either player to take hold of this final and show that you are a proper tennis champion. Like, this is what you should be building your whole career for. Moments like these ones right now. A business end of a Grand Slam final. You've worked your whole life to get to a situation like this. Now, let's see what you're made of. Who's going to take it? And this is where the winner will be decided in these business ends. This is the first one. And so far, first blood to Vondrousova. She's handling it slightly better.
It does make you appreciate when certain people come through and win their first Grand Slam title.
Players.
When certain players come through and win their first Grand Slam titles, and they do it by playing their best tennis, then to hold your nerve and play your best tennis in a slam final is one of the hardest things to do, your first one.
Exactly.
Like,
but this is where the champions are made, and this is why you have so much admiration for the big three, because they don't just produce their best tennis 80% of the time. They do it more so in the finals. You see Rafa have a first round match, not that great sometimes, or Djokovic, bit ropey, but you don't see him do it in a Grand Slam final, do you? Ever. And that's why I have so much admiration for them guys. Alcaraz, we've seen him in a big situation do well at the US Open and win a Grand Slam final.
Exactly.
He's shown something different. He had a bit of a wobble at Roland Garros, granted. That was a massive match against Djokovic, billed to be the biggest of the year. Now we've got another one coming up, and this is definitely bigger because it's the Grand Slam final. So this is billed to be the biggest match of the year tomorrow. How's he going to handle it? And Ons Jabeur not handling this very well at all.
Oh, my word.
Terrible
What is that?
smash on top of the net, and it's 2 break points for Vondrousova. She's the one who is taking this opportunity.
She's just doing what you said earlier. She's just playing it to Jabeur and hoping that she misses, and it's working.
Well, you can't criticize it. It's a brilliant game plan from Vondrousova right now, frustrating Jabeur.
It's not going to go down as a memorable final if you play like that.
Doesn't matter, Ben, as long as you win. It's all about the winners.
That's it.
And it's into the net. Vondrousova breaks. She will now serve for the first set. There's some boos from the crowd. Everyone's a bit uncertain. No one knows what's really going on. But Vondrousova is pulling a number on Ons Jabeur. That's one thing what's happening.
Vondrousova. Vondrousova.
Wow.
I mean, a little DJ edit there at the start.
No. Vondrousova. Wow. Ons Jabeur has her head, or she's biting her fingernails, her hand on her chin, just resting her head there, just in contemplation in the changeover. What has gone wrong? Her game is just not working right now. She needs to focus. And right now, Vondrousova looks like she's
her
game's
working all right, Ben. She's just not showing her game.
She's not playing.
She's the better player. We can see that. She's just not. She's making the mistakes. She's just not handling the occasion. Vondrousova is frustrating her.
I mean,
she's
right
frustrating
now,
the crowd. She's frustrating us. Ons Jabeur is throwing this match away.
That's
terrible.
terrible.
She's only got herself to blame here.
That one was in the middle of the court. An easy, soft one to hit. Just hit it in the net.
Love.
Oh, that was not a bad attempt. 111 mile an hour. One of her fastest there, Vondrousova, but just long.
Is Ons Jabeur going to step into this one?
Oh, it's into the net.
Great second serve. A really good
was a
one
good
down
one.
the tee. 30 love now. Vondrousova shocking a lot of people because she's been second best for large parts of this match, but yet finds herself 2 points away from the opening set.
Yeah, the tactics are working. Maybe they know that Jabeur just not cramps up, but clamps up in big moments, and that's gone wide. And it's 3 set points. Vondrousova.
What they've done is they've allowed Jabeur to take ownership of this match, and she's not wanting to do it. Vondrousova was like, here you go, I'm going to give you some soft ones down the middle. JABEUR was like, what's going on? I'm not used to that. I'm used to Sabalenka on her back and her ripping 120 mile an hour.
And that's into the net. Easy. Game to love. Vondrousova takes the first set. 6-4.
Unbelievable. Wow. Ons Jabeur, what is going on?
It's alright.
Wondrousowa. Wondrousowa.
Who can handle the nerves? That's what this is coming down to right now. And Vondrousova handling the nerves better than Ons Jabeur. That's the one clear thing in this final. Ons Jabeur, the weight of a continent on her shoulders and the favourite. And she has that weight on her shoulders too. Vondrousova, there's probably a lot of people around there. She's not a household name. Probably don't know who Vondrousova is until this moment if you're just a casual. And that probably takes a lot of pressure off her as well. She can just play her tennis. And now she's a set up. She can play with even more freedom in the second set. So JABEUR better step up and better start playing. Otherwise, this will be over in about half an hour's time.
Did you see the build-up to this match? Apparently, Ons Jabeur was warming up on centre court earlier on, wearing all black. And Wimbledon asked her to change into all white. And it interrupted her 30-minute hit because she had to get changed during her warm-up on centre court earlier on today.
I mean, ridiculous.
That's when you just see things has gone too far, isn't it?
It's a practice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just... I'm surprised.
It's laughable, really.
Do you see the one thing that they brought in? They actually made an exception this year, the first time, for women to be able to wear non-white underwear. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's insane.
But obviously, we know why women would choose to wear non-white underwear, because obviously they have cycles, this type of thing every month. That is the worst color. All white is like terrible. So they forced them to wear that for all these years up until this year.
Yeah, that is really bad.
Terrible. I mean, what is this?
No one spoke out about it, but it is.
Well, they probably did, but nobody probably even they got shut down. Probably all of the people involved probably silenced them. Terrible, but living in the past.
I just tweeted out what's going on with Ons Jabeur, and someone just sent me a very funny NBA meme of this guy. I don't know who it is, just choking himself.
Oh dear, poor old Ons. She's looking in the mirror right now saying, come on, she's giving herself the pep talk.
Well, we've seen her have a bit of an outburst earlier. She definitely needs to. It's just been a bizarre match. So many breaks of serve. What's it been? 6 breaks of serves in the opening set.
What would you say to yourself in the mirror if you were her right now?
I've got nothing to lose. I've made it here to the Wimbledon final. People are expecting me to play here. I don't want to go home with any regrets. I'm not going home with any regrets. I know I'm not playing great right now, but I know I can play better. And now I'm going to show the world what I can do. That's what I would be saying to myself. Got nothing to lose. Let's go for it. I can show my level. I've worked so hard to be here. I'm going to now show why I deserve it.
That's terrible. Another bad volley from JABEUR there.
Just put it in perspective, Ben. First set, there's only 32 points on serve out of 65.
I mean, it's not good enough.
I don't think you ever see that. That's under half of the points won on serve. The serve becoming completely void.
It's misfiring again. And you see, it's every mistake is just piling the pressure on more and more. The crowd trying to get behind her now, trying to inspire JABEUR. There's a lot of JABEUR fans in there today, and the pressure is getting to her.
Massively. I can't recall a Wimbledon final like it, where a player clearly just is choking in the worst way possible. It's love 30 down. She's lost 4 games in a row, by the way. She was 4-2 up in the first set.
Yeah. Something's got to change. Drop shot, Vondrousova. Oh, she slips, Vondrousova.
Yeah, probably not the best thing to do if you're Vondrousova. Start doing drop shots where Jabeur will get some confidence. I'll just keep playing this same game. Don't mix it up. You don't need to do drop shots. Granted, if she could pull one off, it would really get under Jabeur's skin. But I think she needs to continue with the baseline stuff.
Yeah.
Good
I
serve.
feel Jabeur needs a big release. She needs a big release or something. If she wins this game, a big roar. I need something from her. I need to see the passions there. I don't see it. I see her like going into a shell at the moment. Burst out. Like if I was in that bathroom looking in the mirror, I'd be slapping myself around the face, going, "Come on!" Throwing cold water on my face, going, "What are you doing?"
Do you know the Vondrousova story is crazy? Before this Wimbledon, she'd only ever won 4 grass court matches in her career.
Nuts.
And I don't know what her odds was. Can you remember now? Was it 80-1 or 100-1?
80-1, yeah.
Like that was. I told you. Do you know why I went with when I went with Keys? It's not the most crazy thing in the world.
No.
Of Dominovekic. They were a lot shorter odds than Vondrousova.
Well, she wasn't even on Sky Bet. Like I went through the whole list that we looked at. Oh, it's into the net from Jabeur. She's broken straight away in the second.
The crowd groan. They're not happy. They're not happy. Vondrousova breaks 1-love in the second. Setting a break now for her.
Wow.
Interested to see what the odds are now for Ons Jabeur to win, because she's certainly able to if she can get things together. Not even that good. 2.63 she is to win this match. Down a set and a break.
Well, she came back a set and a break against Saba, but she didn't look like this when she was down a set and a break.
Exactly,
she
yeah.
Still was playing pretty well. So right now, Vondrousova, it's all on her racket. But we saw how she did on her serve in the first set.
You can't say she just turned up and blown Jabeur away, is she?
No. Oh, Jabeur, there's too many in the net.
That's on the second serve as well. It's just poor. The stats are going to be a very horrible viewing, I think, after this one.
Well, I don't even know if it's accurate what's on our screen, but 19 unforced errors, I think it feels generous.
Yeah.
It's back in play. And she goes back behind. It's too good from Vondrousova. Yeah. That's a really good 1-2 punch.
Scored.
Oh, there's that stat again.
Said that one a few times, haven't
yeah.
we? 42 she was coming into this. Not years old, just seeded.
Great serve. It's into the net. That's 40-love. I mean, dominant.
There is a small section supporting Vondrousova, and they're very loud. You can hear them in Wimbledon, but it's it's like a small group of about under 10 people.
They don't cut to them very often, do they?
No. Probably just the box.
It might be.
Definitely vocal, though. You can hear them through the TV cameras.
Putting Czech tennis on the map. Here's Marketa. Backhand from Ons is in. That's a bit better from Ons on the return. A bit more pace on it.
Back the same way. Missed it.
It's over the net.
It won't be a game to love.
That's what happens when Ons gets it over the net. She just needs to get it over the net. The net becoming her biggest.
Yeah, Todd reckons this match can still turn. It definitely could.
Oh, for sure. The one thing I'd say about Vondrousova today, no double faults. Yeah. That's what we saw a lot of in our semi-final. Playing a lot better at being sensible on the serve. Jabeur, great winner! Cross court, better.
It's so frustrating because she's the better player. You know what I mean? Like you can see glimpses all the time. She's a better player. The shots Vondrousova's winning, they're not winners. Vondrousova's not hitting winners. There's been a few, but it's largely been Jabeur making mistakes. And she's found herself in this position purely from the Jabeur mistakes. Can Vondrousova find a first serve here?
Yes. But it's back in play. Well played, Jabeur. Come on, this is massive. Big winner, Jabeur! Yeah. Come on!
It's on her racket, Ben. She's honestly got this. It was 40-love. Now she's at deuce. Can she avoid making 2 mistakes in a row?
Can she avoid losing, what would this be, 6 games in a row? Long serve from Vondrousova. She gets a second serve here, JABEUR. This would be big if she can break back. Game on.
She will.
It's a double fault, and just as I was talking about it, we see the first double fault. Is that the confidence
This is
now?
not a great match.
Is that going to be the energy exchange? She's feeling JABEUR getting better. She's starting to get a bit worse again.
Well, she's not really gone up any levels on Vondrousova.
Oh, into that as a good
It's
serve.
a good serve, but it's like she's playing at about a 7 at times.
At best.
Yeah, like 6 pretty much most of the match. Vondrousova, JABEUR's, we're seeing shades of 3.
Yeah. Still deuce though. Vondrousova. Oh.
We're either seeing a 3 or an 8 from Ons Jabeur. There's no in between.
There isn't. We need some consistency.
And Vondrousova's 6 is doing enough.
just getting it back, as it seems. And that's a really good forehand. And Vondrousova slow to react. That's a better winner.
Break point, JABEUR.
Get in the headspace, Ons. Come on. Start to turn it on.
Yeah, at least Freya heard me. Ben didn't. Not years old, just seeded. Good one, JG. Glad to get some likes.
Seeded.
Laugh, sorry, not likes.
Oh,
she's been lost. No, she hasn't.
Drop volley. It's down the line, JABEUR. Can she lob her? Drive volley. It's too good.
Yeah!
Come on.
Ons Jabeur! It's her. She's back. Come on, Ons.
It's her, it's her, it's her. We're talking about Ons Jabeur. Talking about Ons Jabeur. We're talking about Ons Jabeur. Talking about Ons Jabeur.
Line from JABEUR, inside out forehand, and she's getting Marketa running around right now. JABEUR starting to play a bit freer, better.
1 second.
Maybe I was right pre-match and saying that she needed to lose the first set to actually start playing. Something that she's been doing. And there's an ace down the tee. I think it might be challenged. But maybe she did need to just get angry, like Adrian's saying here. Finally strung some of her shots together. And it was wide. It was not an ace. Good call by Vondrousova. Tiffany saying, come on, JABEUR, keep fighting. Forehands in. JABEUR lands just on the baseline. Inside out forehand. Getting Marketa running. Does she go back behind her? No, she goes down the line. Winner. Better signs from JABEUR. Hitting with confidence. Moving the check around. 30 love. Finally, we're getting to see some better tennis from Ons. Second serve here. If you're just joining us, hit a like on the video. We're 24 from 100. Backhand cross court. Ons goes down the line with a forehand. The chop from Marketa, but she's gone long with the backhand. And it is 40 love. Ons growing in confidence. 40 love. Serves in, block back. Inside out forehand winner. And there you go. Ons Jabeur with a game to love and consolidation. It's her. She's back. It's Ons Jabeur.
It's her. It's her. It's her. We're talking about Ons Jabeur. We're talking about Ons
Well, Ons Jabeur leads 2-1 on serve after being a breakdown in this second set. Can she turn it all around like she did against Sabalenka? Only being a break at the beginning of the set makes it slightly easier to come back from the Saba one. Much more difficult. We're starting to see good signs now. Can she continue this and make Marketa work in this next service game? Freya was saying tennis is such a nerve-wracking sport. Just look at how quickly things can change. Come on, Ons. Got Lumner in with some yallas. Todd saying this match has 3 sets written all over it. Yeah, how tentative will the third be should Ons win this one? Jabeur challenging that one. I don't think it's a good challenge. I feel like this is wide. Yep, clearly wide. Adrian inside. Ons trying to dictate by hitting the ball early, flat, and to the corners, but not too hard. I think she's been trying to execute this for a while. If it works, I expect an adjustment from Vondrousova. Serves in from Marketa. The drop shot. Ons gets there, goes down the line. Great slice, and it's a winner. Lee saying JG in the commentary is Ons' kryptonite. Not so sure about that. She was coming back when he was in there. Good backhand there from Ons. Good forehand from Ons. Marketa loops up her one. Ons jumps with the backhand. Forehand to the Marketa backhand. Now into the Marketa on the run with the forehand. That's going to go wide. 15-30. Jabeur dictating again. Better play from Ons Jabeur right now. It is 15-30. Can Ons win 3 games in a row? Serve is long. Not a good one from Vondrousova. Second serve. It's in. Good forehand, Ons. Backhand into the Marketa forehand. She's pushing her back. Now the drop shot from Ons. Marketa's in. Yeah, it wasn't the best drop shot, has to be said. 30-all. Put away from Marketa. 30-all.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Jabeur turned up yet?
Well, if she wins the next, wins this game, it'll be 3 in a row for her. Wouldn't that be something?
Don't fill me with confidence, though.
Anything can happen, can't it, in this match? But Ons playing and hitting better. I like the fact she's hitting near
she was
the
in the first set, though.
I mean, into the net. She couldn't get over the net.
I hate to say it, but Vondrousova's not been good at all.
No.
The first set, she wasn't good either.
No.
I don't know how she found herself up a set and a break. I don't know how.
But Ons Jabeur hit it in the net about 20 times, and she finds herself up a set in a slam final.
It's like that set you beat me in when I played really bad.
Nah, that was never. It was all winners. That's long.
There we go.
Jabeur breaks. It's 3-1.
Ridiculous match.
Going crazy.
It's her, it's her, it's her. We're talking about Ons Jabeur, We'll keep talking about Ons Jabeur. We're talking about Ons Jabeur.
Right, my question to you, though, Ben, is this. Not can Ons Jabeur take advantage of this opportunity. Will she throw it away?
I think I've worked out the
get back into it. Is she just going to throw this away again.
I know. I've worked out the problem. The problem is being 2 games in the front. Every time she goes 2 games in front, her tennis becomes terrible. She's gone wide with
What about a 4-all?
the...
She collapsed on 4-all as well.
Yeah, maybe just get to there again and then just try and be a bit better, try and be more in the moment. But the 2 games lead doesn't seem to work for her ever in this.
If I didn't know better, I would honestly feel like this match is a competition on who can make it look like they're not trying to lose, but are actually trying to lose. So you've got to disguise it in a way that it's not obvious that you're trying to lose, but you are trying to lose. That's how it feels.
So what you're saying is, imagine they've both been paid to lose the match, and then they're both trying to do it, but by different people, Russian billionaires or something like that.
Exactly,
and then they're both
but you need to make it look believable. You can't ever expose the fact that you have to lose this match, but you need to lose it to win, to get whatever you need to do.
Wow. Ons Jabeur in the first set being the more obvious one, I feel.
Ons Jabeur doing a better job. Vondrousova doing great at it now.
Yeah.
4 drop shot, 30-all.
Right, 30-all. Ons Jabeur needs this game. This is a massive confidence booster if she's able to hold. She hasn't played well in this game yet. She had 1 good winner and a couple of bad errors. So she needs...
This is a big point coming up.
Good return from Marketa. And again, the backhand of Marketa is really good. It's too good.
That's a great shot. Yeah, really good one from her. Glimpse of what she can do. We've not seen enough of it from her.
Yeah.
And now we've got break point Vondrousova. Break points won. 40% for Jabeur. Vondrousova's converted a lot of them. 4 out of 5. She's converted 80% break points. She's taken opportunities when they've come. Is she going to take this one?
Oh, Jabeur goes back behind her. It actually worked. She got a bit cross feet. What's she called? Cross-legged? When you go back.
Feet were crossed.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great forehand down the line. Jabeur can only slice.
It's going to go long.
Wow.
Yeah, it is going to go long. Vondrousova takes another break point opportunity. Whenever she gets them, she takes them right now. And we're back on serve again. I mean, have you seen anything like it this whole tournament?
No.
I can't recall any other match like it this tournament. At any round, either.
I think it's got its own sense of intrigue because I have no idea who's going to win this match whatsoever.
I don't either.
Flip a coin.
Probably Ons Jabeur, I feel. Which is crazy to suggest because she's the one down a set. But I feel maybe she could win it more than Vondrousova can.
Tennis Marketa in that last game was actually quite good. So
yeah, she played a better game that time.
It's confusing, this final. I hope tomorrow's final.
I'd love to hear the actual official commentary, what they're saying right now. I bet they're being so PG, man. I would love to listen to it back. I'm going to have to watch it on the highlights to see what they have to say.
If Djokovic Alcaraz play like this tomorrow, then I'm going to be devastated.
No, they won't.
Imagine there's like 10 breaks of serve in the first.
No, can't. Djokovic won't allow it to happen. Alcaraz could. But
Alcaraz goes into the net like 25 times.
Yeah, Djokovic could just blitz him. That's a possibility. But Djokovic won't just get broken loads of times in a Grand Slam final. No chance. That's what you've got with him. You've got an surety you'll get A level.
I see what you're doing.
Djokovic's gonna give you an 8 out of 10 tomorrow.
Hopefully a 10.
No, but as a minimum.
Oh,
that's like the minimum benchmark you're gonna get an 8. You'll get glimpses of 10 and you'll get glimpses of 11.
He has been playing some of the best tennis I've ever seen him play in this tournament, like smooth motion tennis.
I think Alcaraz played better against Medvedev. But we've heard what you've had to say about poor Daniel.
I feel like Daniel, he's never going to watch that match back ever again.
He's never going to watch our stream of it, definitely.
Yeah, definitely won't. Hopefully not. Punch me if he sees me.
Oh my word. Poor slice from Jabeur. Another unforced error. 30 love, Vondrousova. Here she comes. The girl from the Czech Republic. If you are just joining, hit the like button on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Another 10 to go. We're going to get 100 likes out. Join the YouTube membership as well. We've not got many members in. It'd be great
Yeah,
if you could join
why?
the membership.
Well, the members not interested in women's tennis. I think a lot of the members are from America though, and I don't know what the time
True.
zone is for there.
I think it's like what
8 hours behind.
10 o'clock. Oh, 8 o'clock is it?
Not sure. Yeah, maybe 5, 8.
No,
I'll work it out.
8 a.m. I think.
8 a.m. Yeah, I think you're right. On a weekend as well. I don't know if you're waking up at 8 a.m. on the weekend.
Well, for a Wimbledon final.
If they don't have an invested interest in either player, that's a second serve.
Ooh, lucky. She just double faulted a second
If
ago.
Sabel was playing, we know that Gary would be here.
If Sabel was playing, she would probably look at this performance and think, "Gosh, I'm not even that bad." I'm known for bottling it, but I wouldn't be this bad.
Rebecca's probably kicking her. So she would have cleaned both of these up, I think.
Yeah,
Served
it's true
well.
though. Rebecca would have cleaned both up in this final.
She would have served well. Hold serve, and that's all you need to do. Oh, is it the net cord just come over? Ons gets there. Down the
Great
line.
shot.
Good volley.
Well played on JABEUR, 30-all. Of course, threatening another break. So it's 7 a.m. on the West Coast. Cheers, Tiffany.
Okay.
7:14 a.m. in California.
California.
Maybe in the third set, we'll see some of our American friends join us.
Maybe.
If we get a third set, of course. Vondrousova not getting the first serves in at the moment.
Serving performance from both is not good.
That was 72 mile an hour, man.
I mean, JABEUR's service stats are horrible as well. I mean, 40s. They're all in the 40s. I mean, it's terrible. I've not seen this in any match for quite some time.
God,
her
serve rate is
rating
158
in the finals. 158. That's normally the losing player who's getting thrashed, but it's still quite competitive, which is nuts. Can Vondrousova get this back to 3-all? Drop shot is there, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't good.
No.
There you go. 3-3.
Terrible. It was a good shot from Vondrousova there. I'm glad she went that way. It was clever. And she's consolidated, and we're back on serve 3-all now. Would you say advantage Vondrousova now a little bit?
No, advantage neither. I don't know.
Well, let's see what Ons JABEUR could do here on her serve. Can she find some first serves?
Ons JABEUR just stood at the back of the court there. I mean, they do have the roof closed, and there hasn't been any rain today, so it's a bit of a surprise.
And we're not set to have any rain. Hopefully they lift it for tomorrow.
Maybe if they took the roof off, if it goes to 3, they took it off for the third, and then suddenly the
Look
tennis...
at that for a first serve. 94 mile an hour, nowhere near.
Oh, it's looped up mid-court. Good hit from JABEUR. Chopped back from Vondrousova. Inside that forehand, JABEUR. Chopped back Vondrousova. Volley.
Yeah.
Winner.
Good one. That'll get her percentage up. Her second serve points won, doing better than the first now. She's hit 50% on the second serve.
Alanda saying, JG and Ben, do you see this going to 3 sets? I do.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I do, because it's got that feeling that it's just going to be the most drawn out, longest final of weird quality tennis that I think we're ever going to see.
This is a big point.
And plus, if Vondrousova gets into a winning position...
It's just doing it again!
I feel that
I am losing my
this
mind.
means nothing, though. I feel that if Vondrousova gets to 5-4...
Now, that did mean something, mate. That point meant something, I'm telling you, because if she could have just kept that going and win it 30 love, it just shows a little bit of, I'm doing all right on my serve now. Do you know what I mean? 30
She's
love's
not
a nice
doing
cushion.
all right on her serve. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
but that's what I'm saying. But if that point was so important, she missed it again, the first serve.
I can't. This match, I wired from JABEUR now.
Yeah, it's really poor. 15, 30. Then percentages are dropping even more.
It's nearly the same thing again. She lost her serve first. Then Vondrousova loses her serve. Then JABEUR wins 2 games in a row again. Now Vondrousova's winning 2 in a row. And it looks like potentially now it could be 3. And then is it going to go back the other way?
I wouldn't fancy. I think Ons Jabeur is going to win the set if Vondrousova breaks.
I think Clark's right. It's probably going to go to a tie break. Vondrousova will get out 6-1 in the lead and then lose the tie break. Probably. I would not doubt that. Good serve, Jabeur. Better.
Might be a curse, Holden.
1 ace the entire match. It's not
Was
like
that an ace? I don't think it was an ace.
It was an unreturnable. Can she put that one away? Got her on the run. Goes back behind her. Better, Jabeur. That's more like it. 4-3.
Can't give it the button, but that was a little bit better. Some signs of good shots, but strange still. Went 15-30 with some weird shots.
2 holds of serve in a row, JG.
Wow. What's going on? The pressure's got to be mounted on Vondrousova now.
Yeah.
We're not going to see another hold. Surely not.
That's too much to ask, I feel, in this match. How many back-to-back holds have we seen? Oh.
No, it's just
only once before.
Spells.
Only once before in the first set there was, but there were 4 break points in one of the service games before the hold.
Yeah, that's right. So how many breaks within the first set? 6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breaks of serve and 4 so far in the second set. Oh, my word. I mean, I haven't eaten. I feel a bit delirious and I feel like this isn't real, this match.
I've had a banana.
I haven't got any here.
No, that's all I've had, a banana.
Oh, that's all you've got? Okay.
I played tennis this morning, for those interested. I won my match 6-4, 6-1. And I was running a bit late, so I had to quickly grab a banana. And then I was running a bit late for this. That's where you saw me come in about 1 minute after it started. And I've not had a chance to eat.
I haven't got any banana. I've got a lemon in the fridge. I don't know if I want to just take a bite into that.
Put them in your eyes.
I feel like biting into a lemon is how this match would be. Like, that's the same face that I feel like pulling.
Yeah, so 9 breaks in 17 games. We're almost up to 100 likes, though. So please, if you haven't already, hit the like button on the video. Subscribe if you're new. We can get there. Great serving, Vondrousova. It's coming into our own, eh? Vondrousova's going to win Wimbledon.
They're both great at serving now.
I can't believe Vondrousova could win Wimbledon. She's won 4 matches in her career on grass before today.
It just goes to show anyone. Oh, there's a double fault.
But it is a possibility.
It's a massive possibility. She's only...
She loves the 4-all. If she can just hold here.
3 games away from winning Wimbledon right now. It's crazy to think that. And she hasn't even had to do that much. She's just done just enough at the minute. I'd love to... Oh, it's a good backhand there, though.
Good, yeah, nice one, too.
I would love to know who has won Wimbledon by getting broken the most times in the final. That would be an interesting statistic.
Yeah, surely it'd have to be over 3 sets for that to happen.
Yeah, but I'd love to see how many breaks someone can concede and still win the title.
Someone's got that stat somewhere. I'm sure it'll be on our video tonight.
Dean, get it out. Yeah, definitely. Someone on Twitter is going through that right now. That's terrible.
Bastian Facken's writing it up.
Business end. 4-4.
And Vondrousova is 2 games away from her first ever Grand Slam title. What button do you want?
Business end.
Well, I gave you a big speech on the last business end and Vondrousova took it. Can she take it again? This is a massive moment where the champions are made. Ons Jabeur looks like she's going to cry.
Yeah, I was about to say
She looks like she's going to cry. Her coach looks so concerned. It's love 15. She's lost the first point in the business end. First serve's good. We're into the point. Great shot there. She's going to get a smash and she puts it away. After the bad smash earlier, she needed that.
If she holds here, I think she breaks in the next game. That's what I'm going to go with.
I think it's going to be a really tricky hold, this one, because you can see how nervous she feels.
And Vondrousova will serve at least one double fault in the next service game if Ons holds here.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm not sure if she's going to hold. I think
no, that's what I'm saying. If I'm not saying
it's a
she's
big
definitely
if,
going to.
because she's looking a bit emotional.
Nervy, emotional, and hitting
Yeah,
poorly.
look, straight into the bottom of the net.
What happened
Walks
in the
away,
first
poor
net?
body language. 15-30 now. Only 1 hour 15 this match. Vondrousova is literally 2 games away from creating history and winning Wimbledon.
Ons looks physically sad. That's the problem with this right now. But that's a good volley.
She guessed her right. 30 all. The biggest point of the match coming up right now. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Watch our preview of this one to see who got it right. And also watch the preview of Djokovic Alcaraz. It was, there was a lot of debates and arguments yesterday. So go watch it if you want to see everything we spoke about.
Oh, Ons! It's a terrible forehand.
Where did it go? Explain it.
She was mid-court and she went to just hit a forehand into the corner, cross-court, and just ballooned it miles past the tram line. Awful.
Oh, my word. And it's going to be a second serve on break point. Vondrousova. I mean, she's going to do it, Ben.
Well, it's not over yet. Ons needs to just stay in this game. Get this to deuce. Oh, she can't. It's broken. It's in the net.
Vondrousova is 1 game away. She's going to serve for Wimbledon.
It's alright.
Wondrousowa. Wondrousowa.
It's the break. Well, I can imagine the drama on Twitter in the tennis world right now is insane. Nobody thought this was going to happen to Ons. She's completely collapsed out here. And now 1 game away from losing the final. And it's a loss, which I think can have damaging effects on her whole career. I'm not going to take this lightly. This is really damaging for Ons Jabeur if she loses here. She needs to break back. There's no other option. She's going to have the crowd supporting her.
How's she going to play in this game? That's what I want to know. Is she going to play tentative?
Well,
or is she
listen,
going to go
it's
for
up to Vondrousova has held how many service games in her whole career of tennis? This is just 1 more. Let's see if she can do it. This is the biggest service game of Vondrousova's career right now.
Serves in. Jabeur with the slice. It's down the line. Jabeur with a chop. She's not going topspin. Now she is down the line. Slice Vondrousova. Down the middle from Ons. Very tentative from both down the middle.
Yeah, I think Ons Jabeur accepted. It's not her day.
Oh, it's
down
wide and long.
Goes wayward. It's 15-love. Vondrousova 3 points away from winning Wimbledon.
This is her tactic. She knows. Vondrousova, she just goes for your backhand. She curls it in there and just waits for the error. She's been doing it in the last round against Svitolina. She's going for it again. The lefty blocked back in play by Jabeur. Into the backhand again. Oh, it's into the net. She's 2 points away.
Oh, my word.
Wow. Vondrousova.
Unbelievable.
Wow, the crowd really getting going right now. I can't tell who they're supporting, but I'm guessing they're wanting an Ons Jabeur comeback.
What is going on?
It's good serve. Blocked back in play by Jabeur. The court's open. Big backhand Jabeur. It's in from Marketa. Great backhand Jabeur again. Down the middle from both. Oh, Marketa gets her on the run. It's long. We got 3 match points.
Marketa Vondrousova. She deserves this moment because she's taken every opportunity. Brilliant defensive play. And there's 3 match points.
Match point.
Wow.
3 championship points for Vondrousova to win the match 6-4, 6-4 against the favourite Ons Jabeur. The first serve's in. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Just wide.
Tense, man. Second serve. Can Ons Jabeur come back from this position? It would be one of the greatest comebacks.
It's a double fault.
Double fault on the first championship point. Ben did say we're going to get one.
Match point.
Underarm.
If you haven't already, please hit the like button on the video. Subscribe if you're new.
Great
It's
sub.
another championship point. Oh, JABEUR gets it back.
The volley!
Marketa Vondrousova falls to the floor. She's won Wimbledon 6-4, 6-4. You can see how much it means to her. JABEUR goes over to congratulate her. It wasn't JABEUR's day. It was a terrible performance from the Tunisian. However, there's only one champion. She's not great on the grass, but she's just gone and won Wimbledon. So maybe she is good on the grass.
It's alright.
Wondrousowa. Wondrousowa.
Wow, what about that, Ben?
Wow. I mean,
what do you have to say?
What a performance, I'd say, in the end, to try and stay clutch at that match point. And you see the emotion pouring out of her. I feel that this is something she deserves from going through all the hardships, the injury comebacks. She is one of the best players on the women's tour, but she hasn't had a chance to really show it since that French Open final in 2019. Now she's back on the tour. She's back to the top of her game. She's injury-free. And that's why you can see all the emotion pouring out of her right now. The tears are out. I feel sorry for JABEUR, but if you don't turn up and don't play good tennis, you can't win Grand Slams. And Marketa did just enough today. And I don't think I've seen a more average final for a slam to be able to win it. But that means nothing because Vondrousova's name will be remembered. She is a Wimbledon champion now until the end of time. And the people in the Czech Republic will be celebrating tonight.
Yeah, certainly. If you want to hear more about this match, me and Ben are going to head over to Twitter now and we're going to do our first ever Twitter space. I've just got to work out how it works. So if you want to jump in there and speak to us and just tell us your thoughts about this match, that would be awesome for some post-match reaction. But yeah, incredible, really. Vondrousova's done it in straight sets very easily. On JABEUR, it's going to be a really difficult loss to come back from. But
yeah,
if anyone can, Ons can. She's had a brilliant tournament, really good on the grass, but she did choke today. Congratulations, Vondrousova, and we'll see you tomorrow for the men's final, Alcaraz versus Djokovic. And if you want more, if you've got something to say, something to get off your chest, come join us on Twitter very soon. See you then.
Right. See you tomorrow.
It's alright. Can you feel it?
Wondrousowa. Wondrousowa.